Good morning for myself. Good evening, afternoon for those tuning in different time zones. Sorry I was not on last night. I was not feeling well, but rested up, ready for war. This morning was more important. I mean, kill event is great and fun, but when we have Warzone duels, my priorities are always to Warzone duel. So I want to conserve my troops for the actual war, which is of utmost importance. So start with a special shout out to WWC community on Discord. First, for reaching 300 members. Secondly, for Nab for thanking us on the 3v3 video. Said he went from 300 rankings to the top 100 rankings. So that just made us feel awesome. So shout out to Nab. Happy you are grabbing those rewards and the video helped. All right. Let's get into it. Let's dive in and see where we are. Priorities. See if we have certain locations. Front lines, bottom line, cannon. The front lines, FSS, to the midline. Will hold the center in between. Stay bottom left and form in behind. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Going to be about. Oh, Hulk's already here. Join here. Take our spot. All right. Check our teams. Did I land on a mine? I always land. It doesn't matter where you could have put that mine. Anybody who follows me knows you could have put that mine anywhere. It didn't matter. I would have found it. It just doesn't matter. Understand that's a perfect place to put it because everybody's going to be there anyway. But I'm telling you, you could put it anywhere, and it's like a magnet to my base. I absorb them. It's kind of like it's a skill. I think when we were lifting up our skills for like our heroes, I accidentally dumped my skill points into automatically land on mines, because so I do. It's just crazy. Welcome in Vader. Welcome Duel. Duel's got a theory. Let's hear it. Is it good in Warzone to put one hero squad on defense? That way the troops that get killed go to hospital ICU rather than dying from drill grounds. Is it better for conserving that way? Yeah. Sure. You can put one hero and you mean because for your empty base you're going to have 400 sent directly to death instead of having just whatever hospitalized. I would think that helps. I'll write that down and test that out for you. I don't tend to have a whole lot of one squads out, but I think it's a phenomenal theory. In putting one squad, it's definitely worth it to have one squad on the wall. For a lot of these, when you're sending, capturing things, or like when you're trying to attack people, you always should have one. I always say this anyway, right? We always talk about this. If you're free to play low spender, what are you doing with that third squad anyway? Third squad's just going to get you in trouble. I'm just going to tell you that right now. For the most part, your third squad is so low, it's going to just get you in trouble. You're just going to lose troops launching that thing. So you might as well disband it and keep it. Like, if you're not paying for the monthly pass, and you don't have a fourth squad, obviously, right? Like, if you're free to play, low spending, you're not going to spend on the fourth squad. Then turn your third squad into a fourth squad. What's the difference? Your third squad's not powerful. We all know that. Let's look in the mirror and just say that if for some reason you're evening out, leveling out your team so your third squad is just as strong as your first, okay, we got a long way to go and you should start from square one and watch some of the videos. You should not be doing that build anyway. But let's just, most of us, when you look at your teams, you know your third squad isn't very powerful. So just turn it into a one squad anything and then check walls. Empty, when people have their walls down, all you need is that one hero marching around. You can clear somebody with a Gump. We always joke about Gump wars and fighting with Gump, but Gump could literally clear a whale if the whale has 4 people out. So what's the difference? You might as well march around with that one squad anyway. But yeah, I mean, Abdul, I think your point is well said. That if you have one on the wall, what's the difference between one squad, one hero protection getting killed and going to the hospital, or empty wall percentages automatically being killed is really the question, if I understand you right. And I think it's sound. I really don't know the answer to that. I think like from an empty drill grounds, you lose percentages, and it's probably around 300, I want to say, per hit. 400, somewhere in there. I think it depends on the build out in the power. Somehow the percentages are factored into your death rate of when your base gets hit. But even with my own, I'm going to test it, check it out, and see what we end up with. Hey Fent, what's up, man? Welcome. Happy to join. Raquel, QB. How long to okay, Warzone Duel is in another 38 minutes. 38 minutes. So we just chill here early and hope for well, really, you know what? What's funny? We chill here early, you know why? Because we have to land on the landmines and then lose all our power, so then we have to take time to build them. I don't know. I mean, it is comical. It is comical if you watch it long enough. But where's Hulk finding people? Did Hulk find somebody? Oh, he did. Where's the little Hulk's? What do we got over here? I want some. Welcome in, Dominator. Oh, welcome in, Hulk. Clearing out these folks early on. Oh, somebody else wants to play. Hold up. Why is this? I didn't check my little box. Hey now. Not enough pads around here. Got somebody else over here. Cleaning up. Cleaning up Warzone. Cleaning up. come help. Who is this? Oh, this is GRT. You know, like, that's the problem. You can't have your own people. Why are they going out here? Why is GRT gonna accidentally get killed over here? FNFO. Okay, now we gotta watch out for T-Mass. Got that. Good job, T-Mass. All right. So typically we're on, just to let you know, start out. So we won Warzone Duel. We are on offense today. The server is 108 is defending. They lost the Warzone Duel. So again, one of the important factors when you're fighting any Warzone Duel, it doesn't matter if you have the advantage, you don't have the advantage. One of the things you want to do as a defender is it's your Warzone. You want to get in there early and you want to define the war. So you want to set up early. So when the attacker comes into your war zone, you have already set up a defensive front, and you bring a game plan for folks. I think what we want to do as an attacker is just make sure from our scent that we are that we're dominating that, and we're taking out any bases and not allowing anybody to set up no matter what, and just, start from square one, dominating the battlefield. Listen, if you are here, I will gladly take, it's empty base. We're fighting a war, so this person leaving their base out, I don't know if they're not participating or they're not, but if I know at the very least, even with an empty wall, I'm still hitting their drill grounds. And so I'll make sure they're empty. I'll gladly oblige them if that's the case. Also, one of the things I will tell you folks early on when you're on a server like this and you're getting early bases, and we'll look at a battle report real quick. So like for me, I have plenty of stamina, so I wouldn't want you to waste your stamina. But one thing to look at, while you're cleaning up these bases, this person is being my farm as well. Like, he just gave 2 million food, 2 million iron, and 1 million gold to me on those 10 hits. So think about that as well. Like, listen, if you're out there, people that tell me those resource squares and sitting out there all day long collecting resources, I just got that in 10 whacks on this base that thinks they're just going to sit out there and be like, oh, haha, I'm just going to sit here and, I don't have a wall up, so, I'll bother you. Stamina's nothing to me. I'd rather take the resources. So to think like, oh yeah, you're whacking a base for no reason. Listen, if you're out there and you see bases, it's not for no reason. If you want resources, it's an excellent way to collect resources as well. It's just a matter of balancing out stamina versus resources, right? Because there's other better ways to get resources than doing it. But see, this person keep coming back. I'm telling you right now, they can keep doing it. I'm going to take another. At what point does it become less worth it for them to lose resources? I don't know. Maybe they're great on resources, and they don't care. I know for me, I'm good with the resources. So, and I could show you one thing I never gets old for me anyway is stamina. What's up, Okie? 108. I'm sorry, man. I don't... I actually like 108. It's not, it's always awful to, I don't mind 108. Had a season with them, no problem, no issues, but hey, we got to do what we got to do. We got to do what we got to do, man. So, and by all means, Ron wants to keep us busy giving us resources, we'll take them. But I will say for all you free to play out there, yeah, if you're balancing out, for me to do it, like, again, For those that don't know, we want to touch on stamina. Here's my stamina. So I have 1,499 10s and 1,466 50s. And I'm sitting on 653 right now. So stamina will never become an issue for me. I'm never going to run into that. So if, people do things that, I don't know, maybe he doesn't need it, but maybe it's a fake base move, whatever. But it works for me because the stamina versus resource trade-off for me is great. Like, I'll keep hitting this base early on. If he keeps coming out and my 10 hits don't seem like anything, he'll pay for my whole war. Like, for all the healing I need to do in, right here, you look at like, oh, I need to spend on hospital, 1.2 million, right? Well, Ryan just paid for that for me. So thank you. Appreciate you. Hey, King. What's up, buddy? He landed on a landmine too. What up, man? What a great guy. I mean, honestly, like VIP 18s in the server, you hear so many things about VIP 18s. Just like an awesome dude, honestly. Straight up, just will help anybody. And I don't mean help anybody like just help you with like assistance. Like, oh, I'm getting burned and he'll help you. Help you like advice-wise. Like, I wasn't even around and wasn't even on the server. And he just like helped out. He's just a good dude. Just awesome. Big fan. Yeah, these mines is no joke. I'm telling you. It's crazy. I still don't recommend them. Doing those mines, but I mean, I get it. Like, it's okay. Sounds good. I'm going to test it out. So, yeah, Abdul, please let me know what the results are on that. I'd love to hear it. Wopke, what do you got? I like your videos. Keep 18 greetings from that. Hey, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I really do. Like, I don't just say it. It's I don't take anybody for granted, to be honest with you. All the thanks I get in response, I will respond to everybody. I try not to respond during the fighting in the Warzone duel. I know everybody messages and they want to get on and like, I don't want to get into necessarily the high game, the high bomb thing. We'll get into that. Like, at some point I'm okay with it during Warzone duel. I'm kind of just focusing on, so no offense to you. And if you do message me anything, as you know, anybody who has, I always get back to you. I always take time to get it because I don't take it for granted. I love everybody who comes in and gives us thanks and stuff. So I appreciate you. Tressel, welcome in. Warzone duel, beautiful day for a fight. And for those of you who are joining us, again, I said in the description, after we are done here fighting, we will be moving from this war to the 88-107 war. I promised my EYS fam that I would go over there and cover them. So hoping they got a heck of a battle in front of them today. So hopefully for them, I wish them the best of luck and hope they hold out. They are going against two VIP 18. I think they're VIP 18s. Pretty sure. I know that one is the Eggplant because I've seen him. I don't know about the second one. Was it Houdin or something? I think it's Houdin. I think he's a VIP 18, but I'm not positive. I can't keep up with the VIP 18s, to be honest with you. You throw a rock and there's so many around now. It's like I can't keep up with them. It used to be like, oh my God, they were VIP 18, and your eyes would be wide and be like, oh my God, that's a VIP 18. Now there's just so many. It's just commonplace in this game. As you know, anybody who's on an earlier server, I keep getting messages on how, I just got a message today from Panther. Shout out to Panther, by the way, bro Panther. I think he was in like, he showed me, he sent me a screenshot of like server 1460 or something. And oh, look at Ramp. Ramp's up in here joining us. Down there, go get him a race for points. Yeah, he sent me a shot from a server at 1460 or something. He said it was like a 45-day-old server, and the person already had T10s. So, like in 45 days, the person rushed and got T10s. Listen, anybody who's in a newer server knows more than me or anybody else how quickly these VIP 18s are pumping in and spending money. So who am I telling, right? Like, you guys are well aware of the people that are just pumping money into the game. Which, by the way, listen, more money people want to pump into the game, from free to play. Listen, it's just going to make this game last longer. We're going to be here for a decade, right? We're going to be playing this game if you want to play it. So by all means, keep pumping money in and make people, make money. How do you stack up all that stamina? Gems. Well, gems there's no secret to. Gems is just, buying gems. I mean, you could save gems, as there are places obviously in the game that offers gems, and if you don't spend them like free to play does, you will stack them. For me, I buy packages. I mean, you get packages, and you're going to get 10K for every 100 or whatever that you're spending. So you can stack gems at pretty quick. That's nothing, by the way. You look at some of the people's accounts that are sharing gems, and they have 500K, they have 1 million gems, 2 million gems. The way these VIP 18s, a lot of them buy the VIP 18 points. I don't know if you guys realize that, but for VIP, the way that they become, and by the way, I just turned the corner on less than 3 million to VIP 17. Pretty exciting because I really, again, for all those that tune in that want to know, I just want the shock base, the energy burst, the one that we see King with. That's what I like. I don't know what it is, but that effect. All the other effects I do like this too. I do like the little disco effect. So the fact that Doomsday Party, I would probably alter between them because I do like this one, but I have this one. They give me that for certain events. I don't have the shock one, and I do think it's the coolest one. I don't like many of the skins. I don't like many of the effects, but I do like that. So I will just, shout out to that. Let me just quickly get some training in here. Get ready for work today. These VIP 18 troops do look pretty cool. In the base, the T11s do look cool in the base. I'm not gonna lie. Am I done training yet? Let me just promote these. Still not done. Fast forward these real quick. I did not film my hospital tonight. I typically do that this week. Not stressing that much. I don't think I'll be going through the troops today, so not really stressing. Okay, yeah. So what I was saying, like, you can buy these points. So VIP 16, I never buy them, but there's where I forgot where you. Oh, right here. So it allows you to buy the VIP 18 points, and that's how a lot of them. You can buy up to 30,000 points daily using diamonds. So they can use 2,500 diamonds just to buy 2,500 points. So they can use 30,000 diamonds per day on points. So that's really how they end up getting to that is, they buy diamonds. So if you're wondering, every time you go to the store and you never even come over here anymore, because you're like, who the heck is doing this? Or, you know what I mean? Or maybe they're buying some other stuff where they buy out the store and they get the diamonds. That's where they're using all their diamonds. They're just buying VIP 18. They're buying the VIP points. And then that's how they fast forward to VIP 18. So if you're wondering how it's done, that's how they do it. And and if you do the math, it's incredibly expensive. Like it's outrageously expensive to dump money into diamonds to just be VIP 18. And I mean, listen, I get like why they do it. Like, I mean, there are perks to being VIP 18 in here. They get the base, which is everybody wants the base, right? Their own base skin that they do. By the way, the base skin right now, they're telling people, I think it's out. It takes like, I don't know, like 24 weeks or something at this point for them to get their skins. A lot goes into that skin and design. When you see people with the base skin, they have to design it, they have to send it over, it has to get approvals, then they have to build it and get in line, and then they get it, and then after they get the original design, they get to push back to redesign it if they want, and if they don't like it, and so then that takes even longer. So some people that have been out there for a long time, when you go look at the VIP 18 skins, they're out there. They haven't actually gotten their base yet because it takes so long. We just talked about the game pumping money into this game. Well, that's why. Like, people are just pumping money into the game, and then there's forming this long VIP 18 line where people can't even get the skin. They're tripping over themselves trying to get the skins. So, it's like 6 months out. And believe me, the way this game is going and we play a decade, guess what? That line could become a year. Oh, it's going to take you a year to get a VIP 18 skin, and it's going to be, a year and a half. Just think about that. Like, anybody who thinks, when I talk about patience and playing this game, I don't rush. That's why I say it, because we're not going anywhere. This game is going to be here for a long, long time. So there's no need to rush. Who are you? You're rushing. Fight yourself. So, all right. Trestle getting ready for Soil War. Oh man, that's awesome. Get into it, Trestle. Good luck. I mean, do you spend your gems on stamina? Yes. Yeah. So I do spend my gems on stamina every single day. I do the stamina where I buy it, and I do this every single day. And I've been doing this for, I don't know. I really couldn't tell you. I want to guess like 400 days or something that I've been playing now in a row. As part of my normal reset routine, I come in. It might be actually longer. It probably was to the point when I ran out of stamina back in the day when I freaked out because I realized my base means nothing if I have no stamina to run things. So I will say I buy the original. I think there's a free one. Then it's 300 gems. Then it's, I think, 500, and then it's 1,000. And this is where I keep it to. I don't do past that. So I do the 300, the 500, the 1,000, and then once it spends to 2,000, I don't touch it anymore. Anytime there's gems in the Alliance store, I buy those. Anytime there's gems, like in the zombie loot store, I make sure I get all my stamina there. I just build it anywhere I can really grab it, and I just keep storing it. Believe it or not, this stamina, you think this is a lot, like a ton of stamina, right? But season 4, I went under 1,000. Like, I used probably 500 of each of this stash in the season because I fight so much. Like, I'm just constantly fighting when the season happens, or I'm constantly doing whatever to help the team, whether it's like, attacking different things during the season, the zombies or whatever we need. So I'm constantly pumping through it. But yeah, I've always used the gems in that way to get stamina for myself. Okay. Hey, Chicken Charlie. Always good having you in. Thanks for coming. Finally hit 20 million on World Boss. Yay. No kidding. 20 million's good. 20 million. I have a video coming out on World Boss coming up. We'll be talking about that next week to kind of give you some tips on World Boss, your best lineups, kind of some of the things we're seeing, the differences, stuff like that. So be on the lookout for that assistance. World Boss, man. World Boss, I think it's this one, Air. Is it the Air one? Air has the red prints. Yeah, the Air. Air will actually, as you get 2 million and 3 million points, you're going to get red prints out of it for that. So, there's tons of stuff that's offered in the World Boss hits, and we'll go through that and go over that. I still don't, I always says, I don't, like, World Boss shouldn't drive what team you're fighting with. So you shouldn't just say, oh, because of World Boss hits, I'm going to be Air. Because of World Boss, I'm going to be Missile. That's silly. That's just whatever. But it is one of the reasons why we do want to look at certain heroes. So if you are going with air, it's one of the reasons if you're looking for an exclusive weapon on another hero, I want to put that on Marshall. Because I do use Marshall in all my teams. So, that's one of the things that we'll definitely go over and talk about of why we want to like select certain heroes for World Boss. Because those rewards are good. We don't ignore them, right? It is a like secondary part of the game that we want to be able to do. Yeah. So I would recommend that. So good. Congrats, Charlie. Congrats on that. Also, what's amazing is I'm going to show you another video of like all the testing I've been doing. So I've been testing that air lineup where I said in our the Operation Sandbox for 500. I think I had 500 battles in there, and those T11 troops originally I didn't think like they were doing anything, whatever. Oh my God, did they completely change my best lineup for air if you have T11 troops. So it's not like all of a sudden I'm going to give you advice to say, hey, here's the best lineup, everybody. And then you're going to go, well, I don't have T11 troops, so that doesn't help me. No. I will show you like the way that the testing that I did goes for, T10 troops. You had T10 troops, Drew, or with the lineup. And for the most part, I think that follows a similar lineup. I will tell you T11 completely changed the game for us, and the reason why for air anyway, and what I've tested, it's because of Sarah. And what happened, what I noticed is in the lineup, is with the T11 troops, that Murphy was more powerful against tank than Sarah even was with the air lineup. So that's how the damage comes out. And when you did Sarah and Murphy together, it was the most. It's the most damage. However, with the T11 troops, because they're so powerful, when you put Sarah in your lineup in place of Morrison, she's giving a buff to the damage for your entire air group. And because the T11 damage is what you're multiplying, it's becoming such a multiplication that it blew out the other lineups. So everybody else, like the Murphy lineup goes, like, you still see Murphy is more powerful than the standard 5 air. You can see that in the power. But the Sarah lineup now went even stronger with that, to the point it's, with versus tank, it's the strongest lineup. I also beat a stronger air with Sarah, so take that for what it's worth. I don't have full testing versus air. I'm in no rush here. I'm going to give like actual data for every single lineup for every single attack for you. So I do have a lot for air versus. And next I'm doing tank next right now. So we'll start with tank versus tank, because I know a lot of people are looking at tank versus tank when you first started out, and that's a lot of the things that people are looking at. But I can tell you, it is wild. It is wild. Oh, what's this, PF? Love you, PF. PF's great. Awesome. Another great person on the server. Yeah. 71's a great place to go. If you out there looking for a place, highly recommend it. I've been to 4 servers. I've done a server tour at this stage. Recruited to a million different spots. And I can tell you, I've been on different servers. And, 88 was a phenomenal server for me. 72 is where we started out. And actually, somebody was asking me our backstory. And they were asking me a few things I've been asked now in regards to things that happened in the past. And boy, do I need to just tell the story of 72 at some point from the history on, from being R4 and offered R5 for IMI to starting our own team in 72X and building that up. It actually, our last season 2, getting more, we ended up with more points in the season than IMI. So we ended up finishing the standings higher than IMI. So we went from building IMI to be in 72 to being the top alliance and then deciding to split out of there. Me, Ramp, and a few others decided to split out of there, form our own group of fighters, took that team to end up being the top team in the rankings for Season 2 on 72. Actually, I think NRT might have finished a little higher than us. I know we finished higher than IMI. NRT might have finished higher than us in those standings. I don't know. Somebody will have a better memory than me to remember back to Season 2. That was a long time ago. Then we transferred to 87, built an alliance there. Had an alliance. We ended up pushing that for everybody who said, oh, terrible 87 was, well, why are you going there? What are you doing? Whatever. Well, guess what? We ended up finishing in the top 10 in Season 3 as alliance on 87. So we finished, I think, like 6th or 7th or whatever we finished, which, by the way, it doesn't really matter because if you're in 4 through 10, it doesn't matter what you're finishing. And we ended up finishing on that alliance. We took that alliance and we finished it, had a top 10 finish for all those that thought that was going to be a waste of time for us. We ended up being great for rewards with our best finish. And then we moved to 88. Team moved to 88 and we finished 3rd last season in 88 with EYS. And now we are in FSX on 71. So we have quite the story. 4 servers, 4 top teams on servers, and learned a lot in that time. A lot of killing and a lot of learning to share. So that's what we're here for. So yeah, we will share that story. Oh, ISIS has arrived. Oh, I know G. Is this G? It's got to be. Oh, where's G? Is Yuja? Love Yuja. And I don't know where G is. G won't be far behind. It's very crowded over here all of a sudden. I mean, we got to spread out. Like there's nobody over here. I think we might have to relocate over here to spread out and take some of this the property. So we are filling in. We are 8 minutes. Everybody, those that are wondering how much longer, countdown is right here. 7.5 minutes till we begin. People are going to start peppering in now, showing up. I know, Liz, you don't think people show up, but like what happens is people set their alarms for, before the war, and then they just start peppering. As you can see, like all of a sudden it just lights up, and before you know it, it just starts out. But it's the first matchup right now for this server war, and you have to keep everybody motivated to come out here because it's, to be honest with you, this might be this might be slim pickings. Oh, who's over here? Who's getting Ron out? Hey, free resources. Anybody who wants resources, go get Ron. There you go. There you go. Somebody else who's going to grab, a couple million from Ron. Like, thanks, Ron. Helping somebody else's hospital. I don't know what Ron's up to over there on 108. Ron's looking for attention, maybe? I don't know what Ron's doing, but I hope it's not Ron's real base. Like, I hope it's Ron's like playing around with a fake base, because if Ron's throwing away those resources, and it's silly if your response to that is like, I got plenty of resources. Okay, I mean, I have plenty of resources too, but I can tell you I also spend as many resources as they come in. Like, I have tons of resources, but as this game goes, stuff keeps getting more expensive. It's crazy how expensive stuff is. So as much as you think you have resources, it's just a matter of time before something grabs them. Like, you get wait until they do headquarters again. They do headquarters from 35 to 40. You think you have a lot of resources? Wait until you see how much that's going to cost. And then don't forget, then you got to lift your wall. Anybody who's tried to done a wall from headquarters 1 to headquarters 35 knows that at no point in time would you say, that's cheap. I have a ton of resources for that thing. I mean, usually you put it off because, I remember early on, that wall was brutal, man. It was like, oh, I got to do my wall. Oh, I remember those back in those days trying to grind out resources to lift up that wall. I feel you out there. Anybody who's trying to build that wall up from, like level 15 to 20. But I will tell you this, anybody who's listening who has not had to go through and build your wall yet, if you are earlier in this game, don't skip out on your wall. Don't let it fall behind. Anybody will tell you that. Ask anybody who's in season 4 or season 5 right now about the wall, and they will tell you, do not let that thing fall behind. Because if you fall behind on the wall, it is an awful grind to try to catch up. It is awful. Like if you come out with a new headquarters, like let's say you want to go to 30 or 30, like when 35 comes out, and your wall is still at 30, oh, you have a long trip. Like or you haven't done your wall in a long time, whatever, you're just letting it sit, and you haven't done 30 yet, and to headquarters 30, and you're sitting with your wall at like 20 or something. Man, I'm telling you, it's to catch up that freaking wall is brutal. Just keep chipping away at that wall. Whatever you're doing, your centers, your tank center, your missile center, your whatever center, do your wall. Don't just attach your wall to your centers. And just do that next and never let it fall behind. Just don't. It's just not a requirement. You should just treat it as a requirement for your headquarters. Even though the game doesn't tell you it's a requirement, just pretend that your wall is a requirement and just do it. Promise you. You will have a much better game experience if you keep pretending that the wall is a requirement. Because it is brutal. Brutal. I think this is going to be kind of like a 70 war, a server 70 war. I don't think there's going to be much here. We're going to be tripping over each other for. I got a feeling we're going to be tripping over each other for points. And what I was saying the last time we talked about this with the Warzone Duel matchups. By the way, who's this coming in? Oh, everybody's just putting their flags down. I said this before, believe me, the bad matchups, there's no fun for anybody. Like bad matchups, nobody wants to do the bad matchup. 71 doesn't want to be in a bad matchup either. You don't think we want to grind out and I want to burn my drill grounds and I want to scrap and I want to get into it like that war that we had with 80, where we just scrapped it out to, the percentages and trying to get it. And, I don't want to lose, but nobody wants to just, have some kind of easy win. Like nobody wants that. And certainly nobody wants to put another server in a position where they don't feel like they should even participate. That is the worst for me personally. I hate that. I mean, listen, I'll take wins to win, but at the same point, I want everybody to participate because I love this game. And, that's why I do this count, to help everybody because I love this game and I want everybody else to participate. There's G. I wonder where G was. There he is. What up, G? Yeah, I just want to see everybody participate and have a good time. So, I talked about this last time too. The developers are doing a great job in other areas. We talked about all the different things and aspects of how the game was to how it is now. Not an easy job to develop all this stuff and make everybody happy. But I think the matchup problem has been on every single person's mind for the majority of the game for a long time. So it's not something that's really new. And personally, I think that it happens on purpose. I don't think that sometimes this is done by accident. That's just a man's opinion. I don't know what people are doing, but I just think they kind of try to throw a bone to the servers that are spending a lot of money to say, hey, we don't want to put you in a tough first round matchup. We want to give you kind of an easier matchup for the rewards. But listen, I'm not building this thing and spending this money because I don't want to fight on a Warzone duel day. I want to fight. So I don't want you to give me rewards. Like I said before, for solving the matchup stuff is just make my rewards higher. Just make the rewards higher and put us in a different bracket like you do versus. And just say, yeah, we're going to have to fight a harder opponents in a harder war, but you're going to give us more rewards. That's all. That's to me what I say is you know, I don't know, like necessarily a solution. I'm not pretending that I'm solution like I just solved a Rubik's cube here, but at the same point, you could do that, right? Like, why don't you just, if the rewards is the thing where you're trying to reward the whales, then like, come on, just do it. Um, I don't know. All right, here we go. Let's see. Anybody showing up? All right, so there's some bases over here. We got some fighting that's happening. But I mean, this is just going to be like just get it over cuz all right. Well, I can't just sit here and do nothing. Like, you guys know I'm like itchy and scratchy over here to like try to fight. It's gonna drive me nuts. So I gotta do something. Gotta do something to make the time go by here. This is crazy. Nobody out here. You know, the other thing I don't mind doing it for too is on this PC. Like, I will tell you, I played this game for whatever 600 days on a phone. So much faster to click the buttons. Now this person's going to attack me, so rather than port them, I am going to let them attack me. I will get points real quick, and then they can. There, I got additional points, and now I'll port. Do I have my wall up? What's going on here? Do I not have my wall up? Oh, what am I doing? I think I was playing around last night, and I didn't put my wall up. Yeah, I fixed it there, Dave. Don't you get all peppery there, Dave. I got it. I got it all figured out. I got it all figured out. Sometimes a little too much playing around by QB there, Dave. Slow down. Yeah, sometimes I play around a little too much for my own good. But I was saying, like, I've been playing this game for 600 days on a phone, a mobile phone. For those that have not tried to play this game on a PC, and you were like me, and you only played this game on a mobile phone, man, totally different experience. By the way, playing on a PC and trying to learn stuff. I mean, there's different stuff like digs, like all kinds of different stuff that changes when you have to go to a mobile phone, like to go to PC from a mobile phone. So, just like like give it a shot. Oh no, my game does this. Perfect example of it. Perfect example of it. It restarts on me sometimes with this PC version. Like that PC version has been so glitchy. Oh, let me do this. No, who the heck that guy is, but. Okay, you're taking them, you're taking them. Let's get closer over here. I want to snuggle up to whoever this is. Gibby, we're going to do snuggles. get this going. But yeah, I mean, I would try the experience of playing on PC, and you'll see like you're so much faster on mobile to be able to do stuff like digs and fights and everything. And like it's just like the settings and things are different for the computer. It's trying to get like the all worked out, and it gets busy on here. I'll tell you what's funny. I will tell you this. Back in the day, when we first had our, you say, Abdul, the versus 9 boxes rewards needs to improve. They're so bad for what it takes. I guess. I mean, there's rewards. There's rewards there. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't mind. I don't know. I guess. Listen, all the rewards could change and amp up, but when you figure that you're playing the game for so long and it's something you do every single day, like you think getting the versus rewards 9 boxes is a lot? It takes a lot to get them? To get 7.2 million? It's really not. I mean, personally, like I don't have that much of a problem with getting those boxes. I never have a problem getting my 7.2 million. So I don't know. Now I was just doing this and then it faltered. But I don't know. Like, what do you think? Like, you saying that it takes you a lot of resources to get those 9, Abdul? Those 9 boxes? I just think if you store, I've always found when I first started playing the game was very difficult in getting resources, like figuring out verses. Like I wouldn't, I was just, I didn't know what I was doing when I first played the game, so I was just opening boxes. I didn't realize how to properly use them in verses, and I didn't use, save stuff, right? Like, oh, I should save this or I should save that. I didn't realize that, but once I figured that out, I don't know. I didn't really have a problem. Since that day, which has been probably 600 and something, I haven't really had a problem hitting the 7.2 million in verses mark. And not like from a spending aspect. I'm just saying that in general from a saving aspect. Like I've just from like saving my specific resources and using them on the proper days. I never really found myself to have a problem. So I don't know if you do or not. Like when you think about the days, right? So Monday, your first versus day. Once you hit drone 150, it's a cakewalk because you really, as you update your drone, you should just update your drone a little at a time. There's no rush. One of the mistakes that you can make in the game actually is rushing to build your drone out and not taking advantage of the fact you can do it a little at a time. What is your rush? There's no rush. Like just if you're gonna hit 7.2 million by only going a couple levels at like chipping away at the drone, there's no need to all of a sudden go, oh, I'm gonna go up 5 levels at a time. Why? Why are you going up 5 levels at a time? Why are you doing that? Like there's no need for it. It's just easy, and then you can use like experience as well. Like there's a ton of stuff to use. Tuesday build day is probably your hardest day, and that's why actually I just put that tech series out. But I recommend those mines that you use on your second tech day. Like don't build out your mines. There's zero reason to rush building out your mines because you can use those on build day, and there's such easy wins to build them out. Same with like those front pads. In the speed pads in the front or your planes. There's so many different ways those things that you really don't often do, you build out. So I would say like don't build out those things early on and rush like the garage and stuff for tech, right? So day 2, if you just have those things kind of stored up, it gets easier. Otherwise, I can see where build day gets to be a little bit of a push to try to hit. They give you other ways to do it, but it gets to be a little bit of a pain. I'm trying to think where day. So tech day should be very easy to hit. I mean, especially if you should only be using your Valor on that day. You should not have a problem hitting there. You don't need to spend to do it. You should just be storing up any speed up you have and only using Valor on that day, and you'll hit it very easily. And you get free Valor. I mean, you should be anyway if you're in a top alliance, as we say as well. So you shouldn't have a problem on that day. Hero day is really not a problem. You should be getting plenty of things like skills from Arms Race and your free shards and different things that you can use. So I don't know where that would be much of an issue there. Your mobilization, as far as like creating troops on Friday, that shouldn't be that difficult. As far if you use our barracks step up routine of whatever the free stuff to use that, I would, be using that. I don't know. Like, I guess I don't. Kill day. Come on, anybody who's having a difficult time hitting it on kill day, I don't recommend. You shouldn't have a problem on kill day, ever. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't see it as much of a problem. Hold on, I'm just getting distracted by this thing, and I'll answer your questions. So everybody build them up. I have people that are getting my attention over here. Patience. Come on. We were having a party. And you took off. Anybody else around here? Okay, we just come back and floating around over here. Whoop. Boop. Hold on, Dave. Hey, Dave, I'm right here. I see you, Dave. I'm chugging along. Chug. All right. Dave. And by the way, anybody who doesn't, if you're looking for stuff like, when you're hitting bases, don't ever when you're fighting Warzone Duel necessarily, if you're taking troops, you're not taking troops, don't let that deter you from hitting and cleaning bases sometimes from a war, because as we just talked about when this all started, you're hitting drill grounds. So, and you're like making sure like maybe their drill grounds are empty, maybe they're not. You don't know for sure what's in their drill grounds. So I would highly recommend that you make sure you clean people out so you take advantage of cleaning their drill grounds. People are putting up their wall to not survive. And then that's why actually playing free to play or low spender when you're out of troops, that's why you play such an important role to just plop your base onto in the mud, because you're going to take up time during the war to have to be cleared, and if you don't have any troops, it's a complete waste of time. But people don't know you don't have any troops, and they're going to clear you. And the reason why people clear is because they are trying to make sure that you don't have anything hidden in your drill grounds, that they can take away. And 10 hits taking 400 or 300 out is still taking 3,000, 4,000 at a clip out of your drill grounds. So that's what people are really trying to clear your base for, to just still get at that, although it's going to be longer. So it's important to do. So it really both things are important. I would say, to make sure that we are cleaning up bases and never stop fighting. Okay, so the 9 boxes. I don't have an issue with the 7.2 million putts. I think the value of them isn't there compared to 7.2. I always get the box. It's easy, right? So then, if you're getting it easy though, then like the value thing would be like it's cost, like it's not valuable to do it or clear it, because you're doing those things anyway to play the game. That's how I see it. So I'm not disagreeing with you that the rewards could be better for anything in this game. But I think in the longevity of it, when you think about it from a free-to-play player that's going to be playing the game for 10 years, it's not bad. Like they're good reward. They're really essential rewards to build yourself out and get those things. So yeah, I mean, I think they're doing better to try to change the rewards. I think when you saw it in the weekly stuff, like the $5 passes, you're seeing them lift things up, like the T11 material. You're seeing things like the drone gears they added in there and they changed around, so it's not just resources as before. So I don't know. I think they're trying to do different things and offer different packages, but I don't know. I build off of those same versus boxes, and I think that a lot of the times what you end up seeing is people that don't build right often aren't getting those 7, 8, 9 boxes. So I just think you're pretty good. I mean, we could deep dive into those boxes after and look at them, but pretty good right now when you multiply it over 10 years. How long, like what you're going to get from those boxes and how much value they bring. Really essential growing. Like your growth can, like, what would be funny is if you had 2 accounts. Here would be a great experiment, right? Instead of watching people just spend to open boxes. What would be really valuable is watch 2 accounts side by side. One that got the versus boxes, the 7, 8, 9, and the one account that wasn't allowed to get versus boxes. For the 789. That would be fun to watch the growth difference between them. Because I think it would be massive. Massive difference in growth. I mean, when I say massive, like I can't highlight that enough. So yeah, I would highly recommend doing that. But listen, I get your point that a lot of the things for rewards haven't changed over time. So as we progress, it would be nice to see some different rewards. I just said for the Warzone Duel, right? It would be nice if you made the matchups different and you just amplified the rewards. So I think that would be good too. Out here, one of the things I'll tell you while I'm doing these hits out here, one of the tactic cards I had and I talked about that's phenomenal is my morale. So when I'm out here hitting, after every hit, my morale is boosting after every hit for my tactic cards, and I think it stacks up to 5 times. So if you're wondering how valuable that card is, well, something like this where I'm not returning to base, as I hit 5 times, my march was way stronger than when I initially left my base because that tactic card is stacking by hit. So I talked about that on one of the lives. I would highly recommend utilizing that too. But this is a perfect example of why we like to do it. Like if you're out here and you have it. Now, that's for people who can, when you're out here and your march is strong enough where you can march around and you don't have to return to base, obviously. So I understand that, but I'm just saying when you're trying to figure out your tactic cards by person, one of the things that it factors into, and it does, that's one of those reasons why people are picking the tactic cards. So. And the other thing is, by the way, when we're out here, I really just look for red. I don't know if you're a base 22 level or a 30 level. I don't know what you are. I don't really care. If my team is around you and you are red, then I'm just clearing you. Like I don't know. Like, for certain points, like a thing like this, you're trying to get your points. It does me no good to sit in a capital that probably nobody's hitting, or a cannon that nobody's hitting. Like I'll bring you an update, by the way, on where we are, why we're doing this in the filming. As you can see, we're going to have 4 cannons. Let's see, FS4 has that one, FS4, FSX, FS4, and then we got 45% to 0%, and there's just probably not a ton of hits happening at that capital. So this is why people like myself or G over here is trying to hit these bases out here, because if you're not looking to fight and hit bases, then there's not a whole ton of fighting going on. Here we go. We got surround ourselves with bases to hit. It'll be easier. So there we go. Ooh, got a strong one, like it. Finally, decent sized base. Oh, I jinxed it. I jinxed it. That's why nobody was hitting that guy, I guess. Actually, somebody finally found resistance, and they didn't want to. They didn't want to attack him. Like, that's what I'm looking for. I was looking for that guy to actually hit, and nobody was hitting him. It's like, come on, peoples. By the time I get over here, this person's gonna be cleared. Oh no, couldn't clear him. Let's see. We'll clear him. But yeah, so part of my strategy is not to return to my base. By the way, using that tactic card of and a lot of times when you're looking for bases to hit, you can find them if you hang around the cannon. Most people hang around the cannon. This person's going to try to hit me, so before I hit him, I'm going to let him hit me a few times here. Bonus points. I don't want to clear him yet. So we'll let him hit me once, let him hit me twice, let him hit me 3 times. Now I can go in and go back and hit. There's another battle I was in yesterday. It would have been a great example for folks too. I was trying to show, and that was really somebody hit me and got, I think, like 6 kills or whatever they did. And after getting 6 kills, I was Desert Storm. I think I was in Desert Storm. After getting 6 kills, they then decided to send like 3 or 4 people. 3 more loads of... oh, okay. Took that spot. It seemed like a good spot. There were... Man, we got to really go out here to get some fights going. So then they sent like 2 more squads at me after only getting 6. So these red bases are hard to come by. Okay. I guess we'll try. I'm just wondering if I also don't land where I am. So the other thing that's tough. Okay, good. We'll go here. This person just landed, so. Yeah, so if you see you're only getting 2 kills, no matter where you are, Winter Storm, Desert Storm, Canyon Storm, whatever it is, if you see you're only getting 6 kills, don't then return 2 additional squads there, right? It's just smart fighting. It's a bad habit to get in, to just launch squads to waste points. Like if somebody's not around your power level, take troops off your wall. Even if you don't care, even if it's a war you know you're going to lose and you're just trying to get points, practice smart fighting. Always practice smart fighting. Don't develop bad habits. And your server, when you're in an actual war, they don't want you to just go through your troops like crazy and waste them and then be out. Desert Storm is the worst. I say it happen all the time. Desert Storm, there's people that just like, they get out in 2 seconds. Literally it starts. 3 minutes later, somebody will go, I'm out of troops. Like they're just firing off their squads and you're using them wrong. There's no way you can go through that many troops if you're using them wisely. You're using them incorrectly. Even if a team is stronger than you, if you don't have anybody in your wall, you can fight from the sidelines and stretch out your battle longer and use it better than just firing off like this person. I don't know who you're fighting where you have 3 teams like this and you're getting anything out of it. So I ran out of. Wisconsin's got that. We're gonna teleport. So let's see, where are we? Anybody? Oh, maybe we got some action over here. G's got that going. Let's see if we can find. Here we go. This seems like a good spot. Oh, I can't fit. Oh, fit there. Just trying to find a spot where there's a grouping to be able to fight. He left, no problem. Then I just move, keep going. Keep going. Somebody doesn't move, but just keep moving. Go. Where's my? There's no RSS square around here to use. I was gonna be able to do that in RSS square, but I ruin all the fun. I'm just gonna have to go out here. We're gonna have to just make a tour here, guys. So we're gonna just take our team. And we're just going to go around and hit bases. We're no longer going to teleport. So once I can get into an area, I should be able to hang around and kill. Because this teleporting around isn't working. So sometimes if I can stay out here and just send a squad, it's better. And for those of you, like, a lot of times for points and things, you can just hang around. If you're just looking for points, for those that want to get points and help your squad, like, get out of a war, like you can't fight for a long time, you need to get your points and you want to be valuable. One of the things people do, you can just hang around a cannon and defend the cannon. Like, oh, here's strong base right here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, this person's strong. Oh, they took their wall down, though. Good job. Good job, Poseidon. What you're doing, but hang around a cannon, because the people that just hang around a cannon or hanging around whatever, they typically end up with the most points, because people, send their squads to cannons, or they send their squads to the capital, and so people that hang around there just get loads of points, so you end up higher. It's no secret to it. And unfortunately, for me, sometimes I end up where you have to chase people around because nobody wants to be around when you land. So you have to kind of do what I'm doing right now, which is just go out here and look for fights far away from your base, which takes longer. And you've seen it, like, sometimes I port in and people port away immediately, which is not dumb approach, but I'm just saying, like, it's harder to get points sometimes. So you're going in. Who's over here? Like, for example, you guys got that. Let me see. Here's some good point. We'll come over here. Do this. Somebody coming in. Oh, no, somebody came in there. Trying to get an underpopulated area that we can pop into. It is wild right now trying to get these points. Oops. Gee, every time I go to put in, somebody else has already got me. Which is, by the way, super exciting for me, because it means that, when you're tripping over yourself trying to get this because everybody is fighting, it's awesome. Awesome. So I love it, but just hard sometimes. But listen, it's a good sign if you are at a server and you are having trouble fighting people, like finding people to fight because everybody's clearing everybody out. That's a good problem to have if you got an active server. It's not a good problem to have you look around and you're the only one on the battlefield. That's not a good problem to have. But one thing, I've been to 4 servers, and one thing we haven't had a problem and a shortage of that I travel around with in a pack. I typically, when I talked about it earlier, traveling from server to server, we have team members that we travel around with. It's not just me. I don't just pick myself. Far from it, actually. I only have moved to servers where people will agree to take not only me, they have to take my team. that we travel around with. So I have, about 30, 40 people that we've kept with the same grouping from server to server. It's easy to say like, oh yeah, I want you to get, been recruited a million times to different spots, but not all these areas can take my team or have spots. Perfect example. I've been in conversations prior with different servers, 99, 96. There's tons of strong servers that we've been in contact with. They're just not able to accommodate my list of team that I travel with. And so if you couldn't take, the 40 players that were on my list that accompany us, then love to be on your server, but it's not going to happen. Like I'm only for, you got to take my entire team with me. And, they're incredibly loyal to myself, and I just return the favor. And that's been my experience for the 4 servers I've been on now. For the 3 times we've transferred, it's always been with, at least 40 people. And for the most part, like, it's not just random people. Like, yeah, we can't take everybody, unfortunately, because it's impossible. Like, it's not like you can travel around and go, oh, I'm going to take 80 people. You can't. But, like, straight killers, like, I mean, they're just killers. Like, that's why I bring it up, because a lot of the people you'll see that have traveled around in our packs that travel with myself to the different servers, one thing that they have is 13, 15, 20, to like, you're talking like 20 million kills. Like, most of them are just killers. And it's just a kill pack. That's what we travel around with. Plan point, I feel you are on point. Feel like you are on your point also. Yes, Abdul. All right, Abdul. With you. Hey, Abdul. Good, great point. So we're gonna look at those versus boxes at some point, either later on, or we'll dive into it. It's a great point. So we'll do that. All right. Finally, I got over here. It's taken me a while to like travel over here with our game plan of like operation go across the map so people can't run away from me. But that's what we've done now. So just trying. This person appears to be open. It's wild. I'll be everywhere now. That is my goal. To just be absolutely everywhere. My teleporting was not working. Every time I popped in with teleport, it was everybody was just leaving. They see my name and leave. Hulk, I see Hulk. He's got the same. He's doing the same thing. Yeah, it's everybody's just running away from us. So what are we gonna do? How are we supposed to fight or get points if everybody's gonna run away again? It's just wham, right? Like, I'd run too. So it's not, I get it. But at the same point, from the other angle, from my side, I got to figure out where am I going? How am I doing? Damn you, Hulk. Hulk, go somewhere. You're clearing everybody out before I can clear everybody out. By the time I get somewhere, they're already cleared out, but it's the only way. At least I'll hang around over here. Better shot. I got a shot going on here. Can we get an attack? Boy, sometimes these hunting points should be worth double from where we're actually finishing. But it's work. Got to put the work in. And believe we've been putting in work for 2 years. We didn't just start this from YouTube. Anybody who loves to fight and loves the activity of doing it, welcome aboard. Because this is just fun to be at war. It's why we sit there in shopping stores with our significant others, right? And like. You're playing this war and sneaking into the bathroom somewhere at work, or you're at a mall, or wherever you happen to be playing. Um, this is why you do it, right? Oh, no, I gotta go back to square one. I don't even know where I was. I was over here. I gotta relocate. I just fought over here, so I might as well come over here. Did all that work. See if we can get a couple of hits. But I mean, like, how wild is it? Like, where? I wonder for you guys, like, where's the weirdest place that you've actually played this game with your with somebody, whether it be like your significant other or like you were just having to play because there's a war. I know there must be everybody must have the same situations and stories where you were playing at a wedding or who knows, a funeral or something wild out there. You have to be. By the way, we're 87%, still 4 cannons, nowhere touching this. So we'll be popping over pretty soon to our 88 107 war for our 107 for our 88 Eyes family that we want to check in on. We won't like interfere with a war, but we'll pop into coverage to see how they're doing. But so yeah, it's so wild to think about like all the places that we've actually played this game. We are now down to literally, guys. This is we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14. There's 14 bases to hit out here. That's it. And trying to get these is like torture. So it's becoming like rough at this point because it's just about over. So we're at 90% right now. Um, 90%, and sometimes let's look and see how our alliance is doing. Anybody? Okay, right here. So Savandra's getting this person. There. Sometimes it's fun to look at who actually like hit my team members, and then instead I'll just go on defense mode and help them out. That pretty much sums up Meteorite. Just a whole lot of that. Just looking at the battle report, seeing who hit the team, and then just trying to defend and go on a revenge tour for your team. Man, I just found this person over here. Did you guys just see that? Look at how many people are. It's like seven squads on the map after this one person because there's nobody to hit out here. It's crazy. This is wild. This is where you end up accidentally hitting somebody where you don't mean to. It's so easy to do. All right, you got last licks. Yep, that person's gone. Another person. I'll never get to them. Not a chance. Everybody's on fire going away from them. I take that back. Not a chance. I guess there's always a chance, right? Why am I saying not a chance? There's always a chance. But they must have their wall up because I saw 3 people going away from them burning. Oh, then maybe they took it down when they saw me. Smart. That's a great player, actually. Smart move. Just saying. Like, manage your wall. Know who's around you. Know their power ahead of time. Love it. Big fan. Big fan of who you were. I wish I saw, so I can give you a shout out on here, but sorry. You're my battle report, though. So I could take a look. But I did see 3 squads leave there burning. So clearly whoever that was managing their wall. This person is not managing their wall. That's a hefty loop troop loss right there, buddy. Now we're managing our wall. Good job, Howie. Address the issue. Address the issue. Okay. Two quick hits on you. Oh, that's it. No more hits, everybody. That is it. Match over. Therefore, you return and do not hit. Those are the rules. Important rules. Important rules to master. When you see those diamonds pop up, do not attack anymore. No need. This match is now over for me. So all this, scattering. Once these things go, we do not. And by the way, I don't collect diamonds. It's incredibly boring for you to watch, for me to collect diamonds, number one. I'm going to sit here and do that. But second of all, the amount of time it takes to collect these diamonds, free to play, low spender, totally get it. I'm sitting here with 40,000 diamonds. I'm not going to get those doing this. So, all right. What do we got? We got to claim our rewards here. Good for this guy, getting the rewards. I don't know how the heck he was able to... do that, but good for him. Maybe in the capital, whatever. Good old Hulk doing that. Okay, let's get our rewards because this is huge. Look at that, 1.5 honor points. What do I talk about? 3,000 honor points. 3,000 honor points. Come on, people. You cannot be missing this ever. 5,000 honor points. So important. So important. Got 10,000 for winning. That is an incredible amount of honor points. All right, let's go. As promised, let's go take a look at 107. Oh, look at this. So 88 is 107 is defending. 88 is on here. So let's see, where are we at? All right, so here's where we are in progress, or where we said we would go. Looks like LRD cannon. Either way, 107 cannon, 107. Wait, that's whoa, hold on. 88 cannon here. We got a 107 cannon. We got a 107 cannon. We got an 88 cannon. And it's right now 62% to 15%. All right, let's go in here and let's take a look. Let's go far distance away from everybody here. All right, what do we have for fighting here? So we got, oh, I will get to you, Rich, I promise. Okay. Let's see where our, I'm sure the string's over here somewhere. Usually the VIPs 18s hang out somewhere in here. Here's Josh the winner, he's strong. And just so, I'm just going to look for them real quick because they're probably over here unless they're out somewhere fighting. Usually they're on the front lines. Here's Eggplant. Here's one of your VIP 18s right here with the Eggplant base. So here we are right there. And let's see. Oh, here we are right here. Who's hood in with the second VIP 18 base. So 2 VIP 18s. We will quickly just, I'm going to take a look for you at the server, just so we know who our combatants are. So we are dealing with King playing with 409, Hoodin with 397. Then it quickly drops to 214s for them. So we're going to round out at 9 bases, over 200. But really, let's talk about the 2 VIP 18s, right? That's the difference maker. for 107 that other people do not have. And then we come to FAM. We got 88. So you have JS, who's their strongest at 309. So you can already see the difference. It's 100 in difference here. And then you got 255. And then over 200 million bases, you have around the same at 9. It's just really the difference in this fight, as you can tell, is the top end VIP 18s. Like, having to clear them out of things is no joke. Like, they're just going to sit. And so Houdin's just probably in this cannon, which is why it's 107. And then King Eggplant's next to this one, so they get this one over and over again, right? So that's what they do. And then they can do that with their teams. Who knows? Their second team, third team could be in here. Second team, third team in here. They're sending out their one team right into the capital, and they probably just rotate, right? So that's probably what's going on. And clearly the difference in this fight of how they are trying to get them out of places. So let's just watch this for a second. We'll go look at some of the combatants, but let's take a look to see, is 88 ever clearing the capital at all here to turn to, like, at least a little bit to turn the tables here? Or is it just straight 107 always? Sometimes, at least when you see there's a flip-flop, you can see that 88 is able to clear the cannon, and then they're still in this fight. But right now, I'm not seeing them be able to... Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. That's good. That's positivity, at least, right? Because at least they're able to clear the capital. So now it's a matter of how much strength it takes you to clear that capital. And then now, can you get enough people in there to stack it? And now here's J8S right here. Here's their top gun, bringing his base in here. So he's going to be in here. That's now you're waiting to see if the VIP 18s are coming. I do not. They would be coming from over here. I don't see... Oh, there he is right there. He's hanging around King Eggplant, which probably going to clear J8S. There he goes. And 107 took over. So as you can see, we just watched it. The difference between a VIP 18 and, you know, a top, and even a Warzone that's a top strength. Their top person just went in and he could not hold by himself against the VIP 18. So you have to, in order for 88 to hold this, not only do they have to take it over, but as soon as they do, they got to stack that box. They got to be able to stack it with like 20 people so that that eggplant march doesn't clear. And then they're able to come back and do it again and again and again. If you don't have enough to do it, it's very difficult to maintain enough of a percentage to win the war outright. I'll say that. So, good. Listen, props for 88 for hanging in there. Clearly they are outmanned, outpowered in this. But as I told you before in the live stream when we talked about the preview of these wars going in, 88 does not go anywhere without a fight. So they 100% are here and they're battling. So, and here he comes again. Here's the difference, right? Right here. You're watching it. And by the way, I have not seen Houdin go in here. So the strategy is obviously for Houdin to do something else, because I don't see Houdin going into the capital. I see King Eggplant on capital duty. And here he comes, and he was able to... Oh, here he comes right here. And he was able to take it over by himself. So he ejected everybody out. And now it's a matter of how quickly can they kick him out right now and take it over again. Come on, 88. You got to get him out of there. If you want to battle, you got to get him out of there. Get on in there with participation. Let's see all these bases. Yeah. And as you can see, this is the percentage difference, right? One time Eggplant was able to hit that capital, clear it, and now not only did he clear it, but he had enough left after clearing to stay in here and hold. And he's not just holding by himself, so he's on the bottom layer. And then people just come in and stack the box on top of him. So now it's just this deck that you're trying to get to that power to clear out, but you got to clear out all these other little bases in the meantime. And, now they eject him, so there he goes. He's out. And again, oh, here's Houdin came in as well. Now this is the first time I've seen him come into the base. Maybe I was missing it before, but that's the first time I've seen him come in. Deathwolf. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed this. I missed your update, Deathwolf. So Warzone Red Crew, 93. Damn, 93. You got blew out by 100. Congrats, 100. But they blew out 90. I mean, yeah, that doesn't. I don't think your high end strength there on 93 is good compared to 100. 100 is still pretty strong. All right, so we got launches over here. AYH. We got eyes in the front row here. Let's see where we got eyes fighting from. EYS, LRD. There's brother Mazel. So Mazel is very strong. EYS. He's one of their strong people hanging over here by Eggplant. Very smart fighter as well. So he could be eyeing how many squads Eggplant has out if there's ever an opportunity for catch them with 4 squads out. I mean, as you can see, somebody hit Houdin here, or well, Houdin could have landed on a landmine right there too. I don't know. We weren't here for the early battle to know. But sometimes if they get caught with 4 squads out, you can hit anybody. Here's J8S. There's their strength. So he is trying to fight Houdin in this cannon, doing everything he can. I look at him. I mean, listen, J8S is a powerhouse. All right, played a season with that guy, and he is an absolute powerhouse. And as you can see, he's going. And I will tell you this: one thing that they always say. So if you talk to any people that are actually good fighters, so talk to Stickman or VIP 18s like somebody like Stickman or Bria or any of those people, and ask them. VIP 18s are not created equal. Some people just have money and they're able to up their account, and they don't know how to play the game. They spend money on buying an account and they don't know how to use it. VIP 18s are not created equal. So even though you're a strong player, and like J8S is, and when I say this, you just think like, J8S, well, he's strong, of course he could do things. He is a smart player. He is a strategic, smart player. That I can say about him. Tenacious, and really good. So there is a big difference when you have somebody with that much strength that is also incredibly smart. They're a great player to have in your team. Vital. So I will say that about J8S. And I don't know anything, to be honest with you, about Houdin. Could be incredibly smart as well. No clue. But I just can tell you that J8S knows how to play the game. Didn't just spend money to up the account. Knows what he's doing in these battles that he's having. So good for him. Let's see what else we got in this battle taking place. We got Taco. We got Eyes is stacked over here. Looks like. Yeah. Except for Josh. And, okay. And yeah, I mean, little to do about this, guys. I think the summary, and we started watching this, is really the summary of the length of this war, to just show you that it looked like when the little bit that we were watching here, Houdin, Eggplant, whoever is just holding this capital in 88 just does not have the top end power to go over it. Warzone. Isn't Houdin Little Larry? I don't know who Little Larry is. Deathwolf. Who is Little Larry? Sounds like a funny TV show, but I don't know who Little Larry is. We, Warzone Red Crew, we were against 127. Had a guy that was... Oh, you were against 127? I thought you said you lost to 100. Did I miss that? King Charlie, 9 boxes. Oh yeah, I don't rush at all. Yep, raising. Duel wasn't happy when they made the arena another 3v3. Agree with you, Abdul. Great point. Single battles, I 100% agree with that. Losing, LOL, 47% to 0. I lost right there, 93 lost. Oh, you lost 100 to 0. My bad. So you fought 127. I got you. I just read that wrong. I hear you. Yeah, 127 is no joke. So I get it. 127 is incredibly strong. I imagine they're probably one of the stronger people in your bracket with K-Pug, another VIP 18. All right, this does not look good for 88. Looks like the same story over and over. Nothing you can do about it. And by the way, the other thing that happens with this strategy that, 107, I mean strategy, but they're doing it, right? Like they're winning the war. That's what they're supposed to do. And 88 is, a tenacious, strong server. But what happens is the longer this goes, the more worn out 88 gets because they just run out of troops trying to get that eggplant out of there, who didn't out of that capital. The amount of people, how you stretch it out, it just eats away at your troops over and over and over again. So it's very difficult for 88 to overcome this type of battle. It's just a wear on your troops. You have to play the long game here. You have to have a strategy to be like, okay, now all of a sudden we're going to do this when it gets to be 80%, but it's that I don't see that happening here. Like you would have to clear the strategy, have to be clearing the bases somehow of 107, and I just what else is. I'm going to just look around real quick before I make that statement. So there's a 107 bases here, but I show 88. 107 is in here. But Eyes is over here as well. 88's over here. 88's over here. Here's some 107. Here's some 107. The 88 bases, these are all 88 bases over here. Right here. These are all stacked 88 bases. And 88. See how many 88s? It's hard to tell. There is a bunch of 107, so I don't want to say 107 has some participation here. Clearly, they have representation here, but at first glance, it looked like 88 had more participation than 107 did, and I don't know if 88 just cleared out a lot of bases early on, and that was part of the strategy, but the VIP 18s are too much to overcome. But I mean, 107 has other power. I know this Slappy, I saw him over here, right here. He's strong as well. So he could be on there. But, there are a lot of 88 bases over here. A lot of participation still. I just don't know. They don't have the top end power. I don't know they have the troop left. They're not even taking over the capital anymore. I just don't know they have the. This is a power. It's a simple power thing. Recruitment. If they have a gold, and there's there's any whale out there. I mean, 88 could use you, because that's really all they're missing is more support for J8S. Just not enough. You can see here was that J8S who hit that? That was a massive. Somebody was a massive hit. Was that Josh the winner, or somebody strong went in there and cleared out a lot of bases? Know who gets credit for that hit, but good job whoever you are. And here comes King Eggplant again. He's just hanging around. So this is another great strategy for strong players. You'll see them do. And I don't know if he's already in. Oh, he wasn't in the capital. But one thing you'll see sometimes is if they're about to get knocked out of the capital, Eggplant will send a second load right over here and just hanging around the area. So as soon as he's ejected, he'll just go right in rather than trying to launch from over here and wait when he's ejected. He'll actually find a speed like something like this. He'll hit on a tile and take his march straight in the middle across, and then just go back. Like once he gets to about here, he can then call his march back, and it'll start to return, and then he'll be just hanging around here. And then if he gets to here, then he can do the same thing. He can just go back and he can just hang around this area. You'll see that happen quite a bit as we watch in the future. Keep your eye out for that as we watch these battles with VIP 18s when you're watching the center. More happens probably in more of a strategic battle than this really is. I mean, this isn't 100-0. They clearly showed up and fought their darndest against two VIP 18s when they don't have one to just about claim 20%. But yeah, it's an uphill battle. Uphill battle for them. Again, look at this, all these 88 bases. I mean, it's just and by the way, for a server that is now at 90% to 18%, still like people, the participation that's still here from 88 just shows you the participation, right? Like here's Josh. They're still here. They're still fighting. They're not going anywhere. Like they're not giving up. It's not 100% yet. They didn't lose for sure. You're gonna have to drag this out of them. And I can just tell you that this isn't abnormal. If you see 88 on your schedule and you're gonna fight them, this is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a battle. You're gonna get a grind out. That's all I'm gonna tell you for battles. There's servers that just stick out as tough fights and tough battles. And if you've been in them for Desert Storm, where let's say you were winning by a lot, all of a sudden you lose, or you're in Winter Storm and you're winning, you think you're going to win, all of a sudden a team comes back and you're like, God, I thought I won. That's fighting 88. You step on their throat if you have them, because if you give them a little life, they're not going anywhere. And I think you're seeing it from participation around here. I mean, this is an easy thing to pack your bags in and go home, and nobody's quitting. They didn't lose 100-0, folks. It doesn't seem like a lot over there, and they were outmatched, but it's a big deal. It's a big deal to somebody like me as your character of your server. And by the way, if you're trying to figure out where your next recruit is or your next move or where you're going to or whatever, it's really something you should be looking at. You shouldn't just look at who is the top server or where am I going to get buried in as far as like the strongest server. You should also look at like what's the makeup of, do they like to fight? Where do they finish the season every year? Where do they finish? Where do they finish in the different things that we battle in for Warzone duels and stuff like that? How do they do like this? That should be your decision on where you're going for a server and whether you are actually migrating because you're going to a third alliance or a fourth alliance on the server. Listen, I'm seeing all those alliances here. I'm not just seeing one alliance, two alliances. You could see AYH, I see EYS, I see, I saw somebody, JIM is right here, I see. There was somebody else I saw, I know that. I saw 88 had somebody. UOU right here is right there. Why is Wolf here? Why is 119? Are they helping? Is this person helping somebody? I hope not. So if you're another server, by the way, whatever reason you're coming in here to look, as you can see where I am, I'm out here. I'm not bothering anybody. If you're not participating in this in any way, you should just take yourself out. Even if you're not participating or you're doing whatever, you shouldn't be taking a prime A location from one of these people that are actually fighting, by the way. So I don't know who that is from 119, but are they? Oh, I thought maybe they were hitting. I don't know if they're. Oh, look at this. Another 119 person showing up. Are they helping somebody? If they're not, I don't know what reason they would have to come this close into the battle and take prime A locations for this. That's very strange. I don't know what the story is there. But, probably not wise. Probably not wise to do. I mean, I just clear them out. I don't know who they are. You just get them out of there. Like they're taking up spot. They have no business being there. I would take it as you're the enemy if you're showing up to my server war and you're taking up a prime A spot. As far as I'm concerned, you're an enemy. I don't know you. And I'm not going to wait for you to hit my team to find out if you are the enemy. You are the enemy. You know, that's the thing. Like, what are you supposed to do? Just wait around and wait for somebody to whack you and go, oh yeah, they weren't a friendly. Now, while I was trying to fight, they ended up clearing me. No, I'm going to clear you first. I'm not going to let you hit. Oh, look at 88 did take 20%. Well, we're out shopping around, looking at the interference going on. All right. Well, congrats to 107. Sorry, 88. Looked like you had a pretty good showing at least. 20% against that. Pretty good. Let's see. We have any other wars going on? We'll take a quick look at who won and how things went. We have in our bracket here, who do we got? So we know 107 won. 71 won. Let's take a look at the one. It looks like 128, 103, and it looks like 86 won as well. So there's your wars. There's nobody left. Nobody left. And I don't think it tells you the percentages in here for us. It just tells us that it was won. So I'm not sure what they won by. But again, I'm checking this out. No reason to hang around for us. Not looking to interfere with anybody's war. So and when I hit afterwards, that's their business. But so we have our bracket. We can come back here and take a look real quick. Let's take a look. So again, we had 128. Next week will be 71 versus 128. And it'll be 86 versus 107. Let's take a quick preview of that. So 128, actually, I am in 3v3 with. 128 has a few strong bases up here. I can show you the strength of their bases. So you have Small World. This person is very strong. 300 million. You have 266 and 242. I cannot beat Small World in 3v3. I can beat Nightmare and no fun there. It's so funny. Okay, so then you have a couple 200 bases. They are pretty deep. We will get a war next week. That much I can promise you, folks. Tune back in for next week because we are certainly going to be in a scrap, which is I look forward to. So yeah, looks like 203, 11 bases above 200. And 13 bases above 190. So that will be tough there going against us. And if you want to know, we have our three strong counts here at 400, 400, 237. And then we have 10 bases above 200. And 14 above 190. So it will be a scrap. It'll all come down to participation. And our front end, as you saw this week, can we duplicate the recipe that 107 was able to beat 88 with, where the strong were able to hold the capital and fight, while the 300 person was not able to overcome. A little bit more strength with 120, 128, but not a ton. You have 107 here. We just watched and looked at. We know what they are, and here is 86. So they're battling against one another. for next week. So what's that look like? We have 345. So we have the AP18, Go-Go, and then we have Mingham at 292. So then you come down. A lot of strong bases on 86. I mean, no shortage of power here, as you can see. Like, we're talking over 200. You're looking at 20 bases that are over 200. And we have 26 bases over 190. So, yeah, 86, incredible amount of power. I would imagine the favorites of the tournament. 107 is going to have more people than they had. And, I mean, you look at 9 people over 200 and only 16 over 190 compared to what we just saw, 26, I think, or something, whatever that was, that 86 had. So, yeah, that's going to be a tough battle for 107 to overcome here. So we'll see. Should be exciting to watch. I'm excited for it for next week to get into it. Versus, we are in the middle of kill event right now. We're not chilled, so I don't know. Let's see if 80s war is over. And now kill event can begin. We are going against an incredibly tough opponent in CRSO. Did they finish? So has the castle. I imagine. I don't know if they won their Warzone duel, though, because I'm not sure if it was fought on 80 or if it was fought somewhere else. So difficult to know at this stage where it was fought. All right, folks. I am going to finish. We just talked one thing about the. I do want to just finish off here and tune in for war. So what is this? 108 level 7 in contest. Oh, hold on. There's a contest going on. Oh, it's over. No, people are still fighting. So people are still fighting. By the way, it could be that they're just trying to get points. They showed up late and they didn't get their points. It may not be that they want to fight. So, or that they're fighting after the bell. It could just be that that's going on. So, let's just take that into account. Okay. All right. I did a couple things I want to touch on before I let y'all go. I did want to touch on, we just talked about the versus boxes, so let's just look at that real quick and see what our rewards are that Abdul was hinting at earlier. Oh, Bailey, you got a question? Will be 71 versus CO2 in the finals. Well, Death Wolf, listen, I appreciate you. I hope we're in the finals. I never look past anybody. I always say we got a battle on our hands and we'll fight and we'll find out. 128 is certainly a worthy combatant, so I look forward to the battle. I'm not just writing off anybody. That wouldn't be nice. All right, so Bailey, I have all my UR gear to level 20. Okay, except my guns and my defense. Which, by the way, Bailey, I'm just gonna stop there and say smart. I like it already. And one gun to 40. Okay, hopefully on your heavy hero, your big damage dealer. I'm okay so far with you. What do you recommend next? I do have UR Prince to get stars. Or I could go level 40 guns. Okay, stop with your guns. Your damage dealer has the points. I would address your defense. So you're on 20. I would up your shields. What my battle reports have shown is once you have your gun on your damage dealer, you could go one or two ways and you could do them all at the same time if you wanted to, but your next 3 should be however you want to pick. You're lifting your defense shields, both radars, up on your defense to 40, and your damage dealer's chip to 40. So you're just going to fill out your offense on your damage dealer, max that out to 40, and you want full defense in front of them. Are you running, it doesn't necessarily matter, but are you running air or tanks? It's just who I say. If you're running air, you're going to, they both do. You're going to do the same thing. So air, you're upping the reason why you're keeping your defense strong in front and why you're doing it is so you can have Skylar in the back stunning, and Diva, your biggest damage dealer, has more time to put on an attack. That's why you're doing it. And you're upping Diva's damage, who's ridiculously powerful, to do that. Okay? For tank, it's even more important. Because the reason why it's more important is because air you could get lucky. You could get lucky because Skylar can stun at any time. You don't need time to have Skylar stun. You want to give Skylar time because the more time you give her, the more stun she gets. But she can stun right off the bat. She can hit 6 stuns right away that changes the battle completely. So that can happen immediately, right? So, but what I say is it's more important with tank is because Marshall doesn't buff enough right away. You have to give time. That battle needs to go a little bit extended. And the longer you can drag out that tank battle, the more powerful Kim becomes with Marshall buffing Kim. So I would say the strategy is even more important for tank than it is for air. But it's still the smart strategy to use for air because you want to have Diva in the back just pounding away the longer you can and Skylar stunning. So because Diva doesn't need necessarily the buff to get like enough damage. Like Diva's damage is unreal. So that's what I would be building out next. Hopefully that helps you. And then once you get to 40 there, really you want to before you use your prints, I would be working on your defense for Diva as well. Incredibly important to get her all built out. So you can push the gun on Morrison if you want to 40 and have a second gun after you do your defense. And then what you want to do though is come back and ultimately hit Diva's defense and get defense for her shield and radar as a priority to just build her out because she is your key to your battle. As your defense is building, you want to keep Diva alive as long as you can. And then you can address Skylar, offense. You can give her a gun. You can work on their chips, and I would really lift their shields, radars, and then come back and do chips. Last thing I would ever be doing is touching the guns on. I really like you can go to 40s for everybody and leave the guns at 0 to 10 for defense. Like you should be forever filling them out. Like it doesn't, you just don't need it to win battles. And then your prints. Once you get everybody kind of built out with the defense, your 40s built out, your prints really could be used to ramp up Diva's gun. You can do that, 1 dot, 2 dots. I don't necessarily, it's controversial and I'm out proving it. I haven't proved it yet. I will in time, I promise you. I don't necessarily say, like, if you get prints, it's very hard to get prints. So if you put your prints and they were one dot on like Diva's gun and 1 dot on your shields and radars for your defense, I don't think that's a dumb strategy. I'm against everybody with this. It has to be 2. It has to be 2 because the game gives you percentages for 2. The game gives you percentage. What I want you to do is go out there and take and turn the 1 dot and the 3 dot into percentages so you feel more comfortable. Go ahead and fill them into percentages because that's what the whole argument is about. One says percentages and one says a number. Go ahead and turn the number into a percentage. I think you will feel more comfortable when you find out what that percentage means versus what the second percentage is. So, it depends on what the item is and what the weapon is on whether it's a 1, 2, as you move forward. But comparing a 1.4, let's say, where you're pushing things out and you make it a 1.4 and saying that that's dumb because I didn't make it a 2 and use my prints on a 2. Compare what a 1.4 to a 2 is before everybody starts freaking out and saying you have to get a 2. It's dumb to leave it a 1. I'm just saying, not everybody has a ton of prints. You don't all have them, so you have to strategize to use 1 and 3s to your advantage. And so to me, by bringing up your defense at the same time you're bringing up your gun for Diva is not a dumb strategy. So anyway, I'll leave it at that. I haven't run the sandbox stuff to prove all that out, and I'll make a video and we can have a further discussion and argument about that. But hopefully that's helpful, Bailey. You are welcome. Sorry, just been at the gym listening. Bailey, good working out, listening to me. That's motivating for you. Man, that's the first time I've heard that, Bailey, but fantastic. Fantastic. Tanks. All right, I love it already, Bailey. Tanks, phenomenal. In process switching over to air. I don't know if you're a spender or not. If you are free to play, stay tanks. No need to switch over to air. You're wasting time that you could be building out tanks. You're wasting materials. You're wasting resources. You're wasting prints. Everything else that you've already done to dump into tank. Keep building out tank. Keep going with that, Bailey. If you're spending, okay. I mean, if you're spending, you can make the switch to air. It's not as big of a deal. You don't lose progress because you're spending. So you're able to make it up. But if you're free to play, just keep powering forward. Tank's really good. Marshall's really good. Defense is great with Williams and Murphy. It only gets better as you get those exclusive weapons. Murphy and Williams' exclusive weapon. Murphy is incredibly powerful early on. We're seeing that as we go and bring that into the mixed squads for air. So don't let anybody crap on tanks on you. Tanks is well worth it. And Kim, I mean, come on. Kim's the first one they give you, right? We kind of fall in love a little bit with Kim, not of a cartoon sense, but more because he's the first damage dealer that we really get that we're like, oh my God, when you first start playing your game and the game just makes it and you're like, nothing could beat Kim. There's no one stronger than Kim. Like, we just kind of fall in love a little bit, right? You get hooked on Kim a little bit because early on, she is the main one that you're only fighting with. So how could you not have a little bit of pull? I've been playing this game for a long time. Tank's my third team. I still go back to remembering how much I was all over Kim with the power, because Kim was driving my team when I was tanks at the beginning, and I'll never forget that. Even though it's been 2 years now, I still don't forget that. You have 40 UR prints. Okay. Been saving up since I saw your Honor Star video. Good. I'm happy. But listen, you have 40 prints, but they go very fast. So, again, fill out defense, fill out Diva's gun. I would say your team should end up with, when you get prints and you have everybody to 40, what you want your team to look like with those prints is 2 dots on Kim's gun, 2 dots on Kim's chip, 2 dots on I'm telling you, tanks. You're switching to air. You can just transfer the same logic to air. It works the same in battle testing. 2 dots to the shields and 2 dots to the radars for your defense, and that's how you should start out. You're going to find that you're incredibly powerful in using your prints that way early on. It's the best use of the prints to go. So I'm a huge defensive guy for decoration. If you know anything about me, deco for defense and hit points. I love defense and hit points. Underrated. I think I proved that with the video with the defense fortifications. Defense and hit points, folks. It makes an enormous difference. And you can take that and ask anybody else in the game if you want for that are VIP 18s and all these folks. I'm telling you. Deco, defense, incredibly important for you. Okay, so anyway, let's get into this. And Bailey, thank you for the questions. Hopefully it helps. So you're coming in and they're giving you, let's start with the Valor. So you're getting 200 Valor, 200 Valor, and then 400 Valor. So you're getting 800 Valor free, which is, by the way, I know Abdul said that they need to make the rewards better over here. I'm just going to say, do we get any other Valor? So you get 100 Valor and 50 Valor and 50 Valor. So that's 1,000 Valor. So you get about 1,000. I think this is 1,100. So you get about, I think you get 1,100 in here, 1,200, however I'll track that. I don't know, whatever it is. Call me a liar for 100. I don't know what it is. But let me tell you something. We said that they need to up these rewards, right? Abdul was making the point they should up these rewards to make it more valuable. Listen, 1,000... We'll come in here and look at what Valor is. Last time I checked, 1,000 Valor is worth $100. All right? So it costs you $100 to get 1,000 Valor. If you're going to pay for it. Now, you can get it in the event store. You can get it here for cheaper in the glittering market. Sure, it's a going rate, but just, because this is, what are we paying? What are we paying for this? What do we get? 1,000 for $100. So you're going to get about 500. So you get about 10,000 for 10,000 in the market. If I'm doing that right. 1,000 I get this, right? What can I get for this? Yeah, so 20, so, 2,000, right? So 2,000, so you can get 2,000 for $100, which is clearly a better deal. But in the here, if you're just gonna buy it, if it was like they weren't doing it, this is how I can tell you, like, the different whales and stuff. They buy it in the market, and they can buy it here for $100 for 1,000. So even if it's worth $25, let's say, from a glittering market that you're doing it, right? $25, $50. Let's say it's $50. So if it's worth $50, that's every single day you get to empty that with the Versus boxes. So every single day you're getting $50 worth of Valor, even at like the discounted price. I don't know. That's pretty good rewards when you stack that over time, guys. That's 7,000 Valor. That's pretty good. And as far as I'm concerned, incredibly important for you to make sure you're getting it every single day. That you're getting your 7.2 million points. Now, that was just a Valor. So we already determined you're getting from the Versus boxes, you're getting $50 in Valor. Then let's go. You're getting Hero Shard here. So what do you get? Two Hero Shards? 2 Hero Shards, which by the way is money. So 2 every single week, so that's another 14. So that's a level on your wall. Every week, they're giving you 1 level on your wall that you're playing the game. Automatically, and then these master supply boxes, which can give you 1,000 Valor bags or 10,000 diamonds. So these boxes, by the way, are incredibly valuable as you stack them up. If you don't believe me, take 100 of these boxes that you get, right, or 200 of these boxes, and open them up and see what you get from these. I don't know if I have any right now. I probably already opened them. You get them all. So I got 15 is what I get. Even from these, I'm just going to open 15 of them up. Your odds go better if you have a bunch of them, right? But look, I mean, I got 200 ore. I got 10 for Valor, 150 metal. Like, I didn't even get a good bunch here, and already you can see the value in just 15 boxes. If you multiply this by 100, I promise you that these tactical boxes are an incredibly overlooked place to get rewards. Anybody that can get these, don't look past them. And I've hit 1,000 on that Valor a couple times. It scans up at the top every time they congratulate you when you get it. So it's a lot. So anyway, I don't know. Like, I understand, as we go progress, as for free to play, I'm all for free to play and low spenders getting more out of these boxes as we try to, kind of make the distance between the whales and the common player. And we try to bring up the common player a little bit more to get closer. I'm all for making these more valuable, but like, come on, let's take them for what they're worth. Like, they're incredibly valuable for what they are because we could stack them day after day after day, and it's free. You're not spending a dime, and it should not be hard for you to get these or open them. So the game should make it easier. I'll tell you what, it's harder to get these. It's harder to get these things. Last week, I went and I spend diamonds to get all these chests, like to get them for the compasses. It's more money to get the compasses to get all your 6,000. Last week I took, and 15% of our crew didn't get the top rewards for this hidden treasure. So it's more. It costs you more to do diamonds and everything else to get the rewards out of this silly thing. When we had that secret vault, they just gave them to you for free, where you just had to play that vault, the dumb vault thing for whatever, but it didn't cost you anything. You didn't have to spend diamonds. You didn't have to spend anything to get these top rewards. So, I mean, I like the Versus more than I like them to continue to give up the rewards on these things. Like, let people get them without having to spend. That's what I say. Like, let them just play the little map game every single week and allow them to get those rewards without having to spend money. But I don't know, whatever. I just don't think free-to-play should, they should help people out in that way when they're adding on rewards instead of making them, even for the T11s. Like, I'll show you here, the training. So when we did the T11 training, over here for these things that pop up, and they don't have one up right now, but sometimes these things pop up, and they actually make you give rewards. They actually will take from you. Like these, what do you call it? The points here, the campaign points. They'll say, hey, I'll give you T11 material, but you have to give me 500 campaign points to do it. Like, why are you taking 500 campaign points from people just to complete this thing? That's silly. What? And it's not me who's going to care. It's going to be like a free-to-play player that's trying to get all these campaign points. Like, why are you taking campaign points from them? Like, that's what I'm saying for rewards. Like, just let people get the rewards. Like, stop taking things from them and make it a little bit easier. So before we ramp up the rewards, let's just give them out without asking for people from things. I mean, come on. Jeez. Give out material for drone. I know, man. Listen, there are a lot of places you get drone chips, and I don't think Abdul. I think when you play it out long, like if you thought about like Abdul, so think about this. For whales and people have to pay for these chips, right? It's expensive to get this. I can tell you firsthand with my chips. In order to get here, this to do this isn't cheap to do this, and do this, and to get these chips. But now let's take a look at a free-to-play perspective here for a second, okay? And yes, I can look at a free-to-play perspective, play with enough people, and advise enough people from a free-to-play perspective. It's okay. I can still take that perspective. You can move your chips over time. Like if you play anybody that we've just played right now, I can go look at the battle reports of the people that we played. Let's go look at some of the people who might not be having pay accounts right here. What is this person at? 217 million. So they clearly don't have a large account. They're around our servers. They're not building probably spending a credible amount here. And so I have their team, and they're building out probably as a free to play. But if you look at their drone chips, look, they already have a star in their drone chips. Okay? So now let's take a step back. We're going to be playing this game, I just said, for 10 years, right? So if you play the longevity of this game, and yeah, it takes you a long time, but with the free materials that they give us, are you not going to extend these chips? Are you not going to be able to add 3 stars onto every chip and get to 8 stars eventually? It's not going to take you it hasn't taken you years to do this. Like I think you're spreading these chips out. I think if you just put them to one team, you can move them a lot quicker just on the freebies. I just think when you look at it like the people that have been playing 2 years, I see people that have 6 reds. So every season you can get a mythical gear. So let's say every season you did it, you got 4 right there, right? So the World Boss Rewards gives you 2. So at the bare minimum, free to play, you get 6. Now they added them to the Honor Store. So now you're going to get them every 5 months. You're going to get, whatever. But I'm going to tell you something else I want everybody to start talking about, by the way. I was just thinking about this. So we talked about honor points and getting the mythical, right? You can get 2 a month. Let's think about this for a second, okay? Oh, Charlitos. Big fan. Big fan of Charlitos. Hold on. Another great person, by the way. Charlitos. Anyway, let me get back to this. So Glitter Market, free to play. Okay. For free to play players, we know now, like, you can get the free 60, or 80. You can get 80 glitter coins, right? So you get 80, or is it 60 or 80? I forget. Maybe it's 60. I think it's 60, right? So 60 glitter coins I'm going to go with for 500 diamonds. Okay? Hey, Camus. Good having you in. Good having you in. I'm slowly working on missile drone. So let me tell you this. Let me finish my thought here for the gear, for the mythical. Think about this. Let's say you're free to play, and let's say you're getting the 500 diamonds for the 60 glitter coins. Okay. All right. So now every month it comes out, you can get for 3,000 diamonds. You get to purchase what did I say, 60, right? So 60. So it's at 300. So it's 300. So let's say for 300, look at this. You can get 1 mythical blueprint. So I no longer want you to think that it takes you 5 months to get free mythical blueprints anymore. I want you to think that if you get the 2 from the Honor Store and you get the 1 from the glittering event, it's about 3 months to get every 10 prints if you're using these right. And I'm sure everybody out there, even if you're free to play, you can say 3,000 coins or 3,000 gems is enough to get, is worth getting a mythical blueprint. Because I just told you, by doing that, you shave 2 months off, and instead of getting 20 mythical prints in 10 months, you can get 30 in 9 months or 10 months, whatever you need that extra one. So think about that, by the way. Like, make sure you're getting those glitter coins because it cuts down. So if you're a free-to-play player, just going back to your point, Abdul, of how longevity we play this for a long time. If you're thinking about the seasons, you get 4 mythical prints, or 40 mythical prints right there. You get 2 from World Boss, that's 6. Now we know we can get them free here. So this is now 7, 8, 9, which means in 2.5 years, 3 years you're playing the game, you can get at least 10 mythical prints as a free-to-play player. Now, the person that's paying, I can tell you, if you think that's a long time, it is, but I can tell you it's thousands of dollars as a player to get mythical prints over time. They're paying for prints. They're paying for the mythical stuff. Why shouldn't them having to pay thousands of dollars not equate to years as a free-to-play player? I mean, it is what it is, but why would the person end up paying thousands of dollars if they could do it faster? This game needs to be built on longevity for us playing as well, okay? So it can't just be built on us playing for all the rewards, and this game is about patience. I've always said that, right? This game is about patience. You're a free-to-play player. You pay to speed up. That's how the game logic works from the time you open this game up to when it moves. You pay, you go faster. You don't, you go slower. So the free-to-play player has to look at a long plan of building this out. If you play this game for a long term, you're going to end up with a full red team. Eventually, you're going to end up, it may take you 5 years, but at least you didn't have to pay, $10,000 or whatever everybody have to pay to get these red prints over time. So you're going to make up, in the long haul, it's not like $100 or $200. You're making up for a lot of money that those red prints are. So I think the same with drone chips. I think if you looked at it from a perspective of building those out, you're collecting in a lot of different spots. And by the way, Abdul, I don't disagree. I think they're going to lift things up and add stuff to things. I think they will over time. It's going to happen that they'll add more and more. But I just think we have to look at it from the perspective of playing a long-term versus, they haven't changed this or they haven't changed that for rewards. They've given us more rewards over time as you play this game and, things. So I think more is coming as well. I think we're in good shape if you looked at it from a longevity standpoint. Just keep pounding away, everybody, and keep playing the game that we love. I just went back and listened to the advice you gave me again. So I should only get 1 damage dealer main to level 40. And then do defense to 40 before my other 2 damage dealer gun. Yeah, I would. I would get your defense first. At the same time, Bailey, you're doing the Kim, you're lifting Kim's gun up. Also, chip away at the chip. So you end up with the Kim gun chip and your defense max 40. And then you can start building everything else around them. But that's your sound base. Once your defense has that shield and once the defense has the shield and armor, you're making the battle last. And what you're going to see is as you slowly increase things like guns and chips, you're only going to amplify your power as it goes. But I'm telling you, everything's going to start with you having that strong front. And don't move the hero to the front. Keep it in the back. Just keep it in the back, okay? Again, with this hero front strategy, it gives me a headache. I get it. I understand that you can have battles that you amplify your ceiling to the most damage. That is true. But if you play it out and you do battles over time, you will also understand that those height ceilings that you get from the front damage dealer, you have floors where it works. It does not work. And it's horrific in the sample size of it, where you have terrible battles. Play the laws of averages and come out with a consistent battle. If you're losing to somebody and this is all about how you should play this game anyway, switch it up. You should be switching up your battle of putting, if you're losing to somebody and you just lost a battle to somebody, then fine, don't throw the same squad at them. Try to then throw Kim in the front and do a damage dealer mix it up with your squads. Who's telling you to stop that? Go ahead. It only takes you 2 seconds to. You're not changing gear around here. You're just you're in the middle of a battle. I'm on the world. I'm in the middle of a battle. Oh my God, what am I doing? Oh, let me come in here and then come in here and do this and do this. Okay, now I'm done. Now I'm going to attack with that one. Or that's my top defense when they hit me. Now they're going to hit that one and I can see the difference. It's that simple. It's that quick to be able to do that. If you're getting walloped and you want to see the difference. I'm just telling you, if you do that over time, you're going to see that this battle is going to be highs and lows as opposed to just the highest point of averages being here. And that's all I do. I just tell you the highest points of averages. I encourage you to mix your lineup as you're fighting with this. If you're losing a battle, if you're winning a battle, you should do it too. Just because you win a battle doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, by the way. Maybe you'll win it by more. Who knows? Play around. That's the whole point. Play around. But if you're looking at somebody and you're saying, hey, listen, I don't want to do all this playing QB. I just want to set my freaking lineup, and I don't want to do all this nonsense of testing and whatever. Just tell me what I should do. Just give me my whatever. I say do this. That's what I would say. I would say by standards of your averages in the long run, this is going to be your best outcomes as far as the laws of averages of hitting and attacking. And we see this all the time. Somebody said on a live when we were testing the T11s and we were hitting the world boss. We were hitting the world boss and it was like, oh, hit it again because sometimes it gives more. It does because there's variables. There's variables into the game. It's not, a lot of this stuff that I'm doing and figuring it out, I'm giving you the laws of average, but it's the game when the code of the game that's hard coded into this game is built based on percentages too. So it's not necessarily like, oh, every hit you're going to get 136 points. And every this hit is going to be 137 points. And then when you do this means, no, it's averages. When you go up, it says you get a 5%, you get a 10%. You have a chance of a critical hit, 13% more. Like everything is based off percentages in the hard code of a battle. So when you see these battles fluctuate, it's based on percentages. So just like everything in life, what I'm doing when you walk into a casino door, I'm just helping you win with averages. I'm just giving you the best averages to win. I'm not telling you that, hey, you're going to do this. You're not going to hit that slot machine and end up winning. I'm just telling you that you're also going to lose a shit ton at that slot machine. So I'm just trying to give you the averages to help you out in the long run of that battle. That's all I'm doing when I give that advice. Okay. You are welcome, Bailey, always. I appreciate you as well. So know that. Deathwolf, eventually I will become free-to-play or low-spend after I get my... Yes, you should, Deathwolf. 100%. At some point, I will become, for the most part, free-to-play. I'm not a whale. I tried to tell everybody this. I'm a dolphin. And, unless some VIP 18 comes along and starts paying for my account, I'm not going to, eventually... this is, real money that we're building our accounts out here. There's no need to continue to build out. It gets to the point where if you're not a whale, what are you chasing after? It starts to become return of investment if I'm doing things and I'm battling things. So don't think we haven't looked at stuff. Like I just found out, for example, the combat boost, getting this to 750. I talked to somebody on Discord that had somebody hit 10 chips or they had 10 chips on their first team. And just so we do combat boost, just so we know what it does, right? So combat boost, the whole thing of combat boost is it's going to add one more level to your chips to make your chips more powerful, right? So when you have your chips over here and I'm adding more power, all I'm doing is stacking my chips. Now, the reason why it's so valuable is because combat boost really... Oh, crap. I'm not shielded and I pay attention to this. What time is it? All right. I don't know who's looking to come after me. I'm not paying attention. I'd rather hang out with you folks and talk game because I love nerding out like this anyway. All right, so let's go back to Combat Boost. So Combat Boost, so let's talk about that. So Combat Boost, we're going to look to add one level to the Combat Boost, right? So we're going to make this 750. What it's going to do is multiply the value of our chips. So it's going to multiply the value of every single chip, not just one chip. It's the combat boost is times 4. So that's what makes it so valuable, right? And what it is. And if you don't have your chips developed and you up your combat boost, you also aren't going to see the big bump in power. And you're going to think, oh, that combat boost didn't do crap because your chips weren't developed. So if if I upped my combat boost to 600 and my chips were all at 4-star, I'm going to only get a little bit of a bump. And I'm going to go, well, that combat boost was crap. That wasn't worth all that work. But in reality, what I'm going to see is every time I up my chip now, from that 4-star to 5-star, I'm going to get a massive bump for every chip because the combat boost is multiplying it. So yeah, I didn't see it when I originally did it for a combat boost, but I'm going to see it when I up by chip. So I hope that makes sense as far as what combat boost is and what it's doing and what it is in value. Now I'm going to talk to you about return of investment and why I say eventually, like Deathwolf said, I'm going to become free to play. Like he's going to become free to play. I will as well. Return of investment. Somebody had 10 chips on 10 stars on here, and they had 9 stars on here. And when they upped their combat boost to 750, you know what they saw for it? It was like 300,000, 400,000 gain. Now, do you know how hard it is to get this from 600 to 750 to only see a 300,000 bump? 400,000 bump? I can get that from Deco. My return of investment to sit here and pay to try to get this combat boost to 750, and that's what you're giving me? So again, I'm just amplifying the fact of I'm gonna be smart with my money as well. I'm not just a whale, and I'm not just throwing it at the wall for nothing. Like combat boost to 750 no longer became on my radar. I just don't care because I'm not getting the bump out of it. I'd rather get it on my Deco. I get more bumps on this darn Deco, especially the free Deco. Look at this. I mean, I'm almost done. Almost got 486 of these to level 7 for this purple. I love this. I love the free purple. I look forward to this every time I do it to try to get these purples all the way completed to 486. And I'm just doing it free, by the way. Granted, I do Decorate Your Dreams sometimes to get the gold ones, and they do give some purple at that. So I do use a little bit. I don't want to I'm just doing that. But for the most part, I focus on purple deco boxes. I focus on the free ones that come out of different aspects of this game, and I'm like magnetized to get the purple deco boxes because for everybody who looks at it and says, whatever, blue is. I will agree with you. This is crap. I mean, to get the hit points are going up, but geez, for level 7 to get 10,000, geez, that's forever to get 10,000 on here, and these are really high to get these. You have to get an incredible amount to even up these. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Like 500, I got to get 500 of these to get to level 5. I mean, give me a break. I don't even know what they're doing with blue deco. It's just silly. But the purple deco, every single one of these is another 32,000 hit points. And if you'd followed me and listened to what I say about these hit points impact your team whether you're attacking or you're defending. Hit points are incredibly valuable. So yeah, 32,000 alone doesn't sound like a lot. But if I can get 10 of these deco over time, if I can get 10 of these purples max out at 320,000, you better believe is a lot of hit points. A lot more than I'm getting in here. Like you are level. Let me get one that I'm on level 3 right now. So this one's like level 3 that I have, and this is a hero attack one, of course. I don't know. The other ones I probably have already up too high. Am I behind on anything? Attack. Nobody used the hit points. Where are the hit points? I know there's some that have hit points. Oh wait, right here. Hit points. Okay. So you look at 10,000. That is the max of a blue, is a level 1 gold deco. Okay, but look at the hit points for level 3 deco. It's 33,000. So if I can get that free purple to here, it's similar to the hit points I'm getting from a level 3 gold. Now, granted, I'm always getting like crit damage, or I'm getting something else from a gold, which makes it more valuable, which makes sense, right? But I just don't want you to look at the purple decos and think that they're not valuable and they don't give a lot, because they do. Just people don't talk about it enough. But again, I don't want you to use your universal shards on them either. They should always go to gold because it's just more worthwhile for your universal. But if you get those purple deco boxes, my God, please collect them as many as you can. Because the longer we play this game, we've talked about this whole day today, how we're going to play this game for 10 years. Think about what that purple deco is going to look over time, right? As you're collecting those people who are like, I don't care about this and I don't care about that. Well, the things you do care about, this is important. Push this deco. Just telling you. And by push it, I mean look at the things that you're collecting it for and take advantage of it. All right, so let's see, Bailey, you're welcome. As expected, S100 lost to 96. Sorry, Camus. I think you kind of expected that, right? I came 36th in the overall point rankings. On the other hand, I will resent my empty brackets as parking lots. Yeah, well, Camus, listen. Number one, I'm happy that you finished 36th. I think you kind of expected 96 is incredibly strong. We talked about how people overlook them because of how they finished in the season, but they're incredibly strong. So what are you going to do? I'm happy you all participated in it and you fought, and that's all you could do. We know the matchups. We talked about the bad matchups and what it is, but hopefully as time goes, there's been enough positives around here that we'll see a benefit to that over time. So that was the strategy I wanted to make sure I shared with you for the Mythic Prince and the drone chips. Good. So look, mystery supply boxes. This is another thing. I want you guys to look at mystery supply boxes and something that is an overlooked reward that we get. Okay? Look when you can click on this little eye to show you the rewards that are in the mystery supply boxes that come. By the way, purple deco, holla. So when you build these things up and you open these things, as you get more and more of these things, man, they're valuable. They're valuable. So I'm just going to click and open these up and see. I get 15 trade tickets. I'm getting 7 level 1s. I'm getting Hero Share 1.7k. And look at purple deco. Loving it right here. Loving that. For me, that's a lot. Almost 1,000. Almost 1,000 skill medals. You're getting secret orders. You're getting speed ups all over the place here. And listen, this is so valuable. It's so valuable. And by the way, this resource. So I got 618 of these resource chests. And granted, they're only blue. But, and I have a ton of resources at this point. But look at these blue chests, right? So if you were to get a blue chest, blue resource chest, and you open this up, and you were to look at like just what one is for gold, and you looked at 126k coins, right? So what did we just get over there? Like, I don't know what it was, like 600 or something of them. So you look, or I don't know how, I can't remember how many we got for that. But if we look at like just 600 of those chests, which is easy to get a bunch of, just out of this, right? So we go 126 times what I say. Let's say we get 600 of those. Look at that, 75 million gold. I get if I can get 600 of these blue chests. So you don't think those are worth it? It's 75 million gold out of just getting that. And those are mystery supply boxes. It's easy to get those blues. Easy. And that was part of the problem I had with the secret vault that we factored in, is we lost the secret vault, but also you could exchange those hammers that you were using in the secret vault for mystery supply boxes. So we were getting a ton of those free hammers. You had like 600 of them. You changed the 600 into mystery supply boxes, and now you got all those rewards that I just showed you. Purple boxes, all those speed ups, all those resources, right? And so all of that goes away because nobody focuses on it, because everybody just focuses on these rewards, which 15% of my alliance didn't get last week. But we focus on these rewards and we're like, oh, these are good because they're the same as they were in Secret Vault. But we forgot about the hammers. We forgot about the mystery boxes. So we lost rewards because we lost our mystery boxes. And those are good for people, including like free to play. Like, you want those mystery boxes. So don't overlook those because in a bulk, they're really valuable. You know what? I'm with you. with the 70 blueprints next to nothing in ore. Is it worth buying the ore? No. I don't even have to finish your sentence. You stop right there. Is it worth buying ore? No. 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 Don't buy ore. Don't buy it. You'll get it. I'm in the same place you are, man. I'm in the same place you are. Look at me. I'm sitting here. I have gear. I'm sitting on 79 prints. I'm sitting on mythic prints. I'm gonna get enough mythic prints to make this 10 in the glitter shop. And Kamis, I'm no different than you. I'm sitting here and right now with my heroes, I have all four dots on here. The next thing I'm doing is pushing all of these dots. This is a bad example. I don't want you to think I'm doing the gun first. I don't know who am I on. Sarah, I think is the next one. So Sarah, I'm gonna take and promote Sarah. And I just got more. So what I'm doing with Sarah is I'll do a radar first. So I'm gonna promote Sarah's radar because I got 4 dots, and now I'm gonna push it to 4-4. I want to make this 4-4. So I'll make I'm gonna make my air team as strong as I can by making everything 4-4. But I'm out of ore. And guess what? I have not bought any. I'm not buying this. I'm not going to spend money on this because it's free. I know it's going to take time. I get it. I'm impatientville too. I'm with you. I'm not. I tell you I'm a dolphin. I'm not a whale. There's some things that I do not do. I'm not going to just go buy ore now. I'm not going to go forget it, and I'm just going to go buy a crap ton of ore for what? The game's going to give it to me. I'm just going to be patient. I got all these. What am I going to do at this point? I already have a full team of red. So I already have a team full of red. So I'm building my second team. What do I care if this takes me a long time to build out or not? Okay, it'll take me time. And I'll collect the ore slowly but surely. Listen, a few weeks ago, I had 120 prints I was sitting on that I couldn't use. And slowly but surely, I chipped away and I got enough ore to advance as we went through the events, as we went through everything. There's no need to buy ore. You're going to get plenty of it. You saw me open these rewards that I was getting. 1K here, 1K there. It comes. The ore comes in. You're building it on your base slowly but surely as well. So you get it. It's just a matter. But Kamis, where are you going? Do you have a deadline on playing this game? Is Halloween? Is it Kamis time? Halloween and we hit and it's like, well, it was fun playing a game. So, hey guys, thanks a lot, but I'm out. No, Kamis, you're going to be here. You're going to be in the community. You're with us. You're locked in now. Community's not letting you go. We got you in handcuffs, man. Got you in handcuffs. You're with us. So you will be here in December, and you'll be here in New Year's, and you'll be here all the way through with us. And guess what you're going to show us when you're here? You're going to show us how you didn't buy ore, and you're going to tell everybody in the community how, hey, I was going to buy ore, and you know what I didn't? And I used all those prints already, even though I didn't buy it. And you're going to start advising people to not buy it too. That's what we just did. Kamis, everybody in the community, listen. Everybody's listening. I just flipped Kamis. He was going to buy ore, and I just saved him money. I just bought Kamis groceries with advice. How about that? There you go, Kamis. You're welcome. No, I say don't buy ore, people. Please, don't do it. Just have some patience. Anybody who's advising you to buy ore is not spending their own money playing this game. So... or they're a whale. They don't know how to buy stuff because they don't have real money that they're spending that they work for, and they're actually using their own money to try to buy. Which I may be a dolphin, but I assure you I am, and I'm advising you not to buy ore with your money. Thank you. Setting blueprints. I need ore. Okay, what do we got? Yeah, look at Deathwolf. Deathwolf tell you. Look, and Deathwolf's is a mid spender. He'll tell you. Don't. All right, Tuss, my man Tuss. Hey, Tuss, big thank you out there to Tuss, by the way, for the advice on Discord. I think that's you, Tuss. Your name's different on Discord, but I'm going to guess you the same Tuss. Drone 150 next week. Zero spend it on drone parts, chips. Been hard to collect. This gives so much random stuff, but we'll be level 5s all in no time. Yes, Tuss. Keep pushing. Just keep pushing. We're all hanging together, pushing. You'll be just fine. You will be just fine. Keep collecting. Umbro, it will take forever, but seems to be the wise choice. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, comments. I appreciate it. Bailey, should I buy ore? Bro, I'm free to play. Send me some. Bailey. Bailey's looking. Okay, Bailey's the first shout out anyway. We do this every event now. Hey, Whale, if you're out there, Bailey and comments need ore. Go send them, drop them a bunch of money so they can get ore, please. Shout out for Bailey and comments for ore. They're looking for it. There you go. Shout out to you guys. I gave you a shout out so the Magic Whale can dump money for you. Get your ore mines up. 100%, Charlie. Love it. Big, by the way, anybody out there, make sure these ores, your smelters, build them out. Build them out really cheap to build these things out. Get them up there. I started building out. So in my 10 weeks, I started building everything up in here. Actually, remember when I told... Oh, I like saying this too with all my videos, right? At 10 weeks, I was a gold chair and I needed to be a purple chair. And it's probably drilled into your head if you watch my videos. But so what I needed to do during that time, if everyone's wondering like, well, how I was not getting power, you want to see something funny on my base? Look at my mines are at level 30. like my mines, my smelters, my material workshop, and I tell you, they should not be in any sense be level 30. But they are because for 10 weeks I couldn't build anything. I had to find like silly stuff to build that didn't add power. So I was stuck and I ended up, oh crap, guys. Pause. We'll come back to building in a second. I didn't start to train. Who am I bringing on the train? All right, let's see. Let's give a shout out to somebody from Warzone Duel to accompany me on the train here. Capital War. Who was our rankings? Who are you? FSX, Hulk, Amstaff, FXX. You're coming, buddy. I got you. Amstaff. We are going to give, for getting the most points, you know what we're going to do? We're going to throw Amstaff the whole darn train. How about that? For getting the most points. Is Amstaff even on, though? Amstaff might not be on. That might be a poor choice for me. I should have did it earlier, because I don't know if Amstaff's going to be on to refresh the train. Is Hulk on? Yeah, kill event. All right, I'm going to give it to Hulk. Hulk gets mad sometimes when I throw him the train because he'd rather have me use it to build. But I also like to show that I appreciate the big man, by the way. So selfless. I mean, these teams, look at this guy. So crazy. But I like to show him, like, I appreciate him throwing it to me, like, to build. He doesn't want to be selfish to build out because I'm trying to build my account as we go out. And, to protect against the train, to have anybody do it, I can protect against driving the train. But now he can pick a special guest when he has it. And, see, he's probably going to yell at me. He's going to publicly yell at me. Oh, good. He let it go. Okay, cool. Yeah, he doesn't. He'd rather me just do it, and he doesn't. He's okay. He doesn't need the train. He doesn't like. He gets the train. He clearly has uses for the train. Believe me, anybody does. But at the same time, he pushed it off. But he finished with the most points. So I just try to give people their value, what they were. I had to assign that out. Okay, so build. So yeah, unfortunately, I had to build all these things out because I couldn't build anything else. So I had to build all these things to 30, which is a complete wacko job that I have these built out to 30 based on the return of investment. But understand, I couldn't build anything else that was worth power. So there's tons of things I have to build. You know what else I built out that I would have never done before? Side conversation here. The warehouses. So I will give you a preview if you guys want to know what these warehouses are built out, because typically people don't build these things out. My coin vault can protect against 53 million gold. It can hold for my coin vault, and my warehouse can protect against 171 million for my 169 million for the resources. So I can sit here. I have 239 million right now that I got from fighting today. 100 million gold. So this is protected. Even if somebody were to hit me, I wouldn't lose 171 million of that. So what we were talking about earlier, where I was taking all whoever that was earlier when we were fighting, I was like robbing all their resources because they were just sitting there. You couldn't even do that for me. You may hit me and I may get attacked, but I'm not losing anything. This I only built out again because I had nothing else to build. So you'll see things on my base for 10 weeks. I was building like my drone parts for no reason is now level 28 because they're easy things to build out. My gear factor I pushed to 26 because I had nothing else to build. But I will tell you the one thing, the reason why I come back to this over here is because the one thing you should build out and it's worth it is your smelters. I built those smelters out to level 30 like long ago when I was playing. Like when I could have built out things, those smelters went right to level 30 immediately. Because it's ore. And when you're playing this game early on especially, you got to push those out and get as much ore as you can coming in every single day. And you're compounding that. The quicker you do it, the faster you can get that ore. Doesn't matter the amount of resources it costs to do it. You just want to be able to pump that ore in every single day, so you can get it faster. So yeah, I had a great point about building out the smelters. Completely agree. All right, so I won't buy. Can you buy my groceries? No, I can give you a tip. I'm just giving out tips, Deathwolf, for grocery savings. Comus, what are you going to spend that $5 of saved ore on? Yeah, what are you going to spend it on, Comus? Let her know. No, more than that. Comus could spend a lot on this. I mean, it's $50 for like 18 cakes. I'm sure Comus was staring at them offering ore right here in his face with Loot Domino, and he was like, "Oh, well, how much should I get that for?" Yeah, Chicken Charlie. Jealous, by the way, your ore, because by the time it turned around and I was able to push my base to my headquarters level 35, now I got to spend time catching up on all the other things I didn't build for 10 weeks. So I got to build my, finishing building out my centers. I got to finish building out my hospitals and my drill grounds. Like, I'm so freaking behind because I couldn't do anything for power for basically 3 months. I didn't build anything, and now I'm trying to max out everything. But yeah, I agree. You build them out to 35 is good. If you can go for headquarters 30, 35, build them out 35 right now. You'd be fine. Jealous, Charlie. That's good. Good stuff. Get as much ore as you can. Comments we got, okay. Never buy ore. I'm sitting on 2 million ore, waiting on prints. Abdul, it's funny you say that. So Abdul's problem is not uncommon. I talked with Rich in my alliance. Rich was waiting on prints. He maxed everything out, and he was waiting on getting prints. And he had, like, here I was saying, hey, I got all these prints. I have no ore. And I was talking to Rich, and he was like, oh, yeah? Well, I have no prints, and I am sitting on 100 million ore. So it was like we had complete reverse problems. So it's funny how that works. Like, next person you talk to, like, everybody's dealing with different things based on their builds and how they max things out. But that's how it works sometimes. Sometimes you run out of ore. Sometimes you run out of prints. And sometimes when you're first playing, you run out of those charges, right? But guess what we don't do? We don't pay for those, whatever they're called, electro charges. We're not paying for these. These dielectrics. Do not pay for these, please. You will get plenty. I am sitting on, you want to see what I'm sitting on right now for these, by the way? Absolutely ridiculous, whatever I'm sitting on. I don't even know. I shouldn't have anything else. Let's see what we got. Pointless for me to even do this anymore. I don't even have any gear to build anyway. I'm all gold, by the way. Like, there's not every single hero. I got 20k of these things. I have 20k I'm sitting on. That. By the way, I can do nothing about. Every single person, every single hero on my team has gear, gold gear. I have nothing to do anymore with it. So all that's going to do is sit there. I can't even, this gear factory has been shut down on QB's base. So, Deathwolf, have a great night. Have a great night. Yeah, this shut down on my base. Gear factory does nothing. Absolutely useless factory right now. People are out of work. They're very upset. They've been taking over cleaning the base for all these troops. The gear factory is shut down on my thing. So, don't buy those charges is my point. Okay. Free. Let me get caught here. Guy will share. In here, I got you too. Give train to someone who needs the resources. Thomas, I give the person. Everybody has the opportunity to get to train on the Alliance. The people that don't just get the train for doing nothing. You have to earn the train for the Alliance. So what I typically do is one or two things. Either I will give them to train outright for your versus points, or I will give and they can protect it with Hulk, or I will take them as a special guest, one or the other. But it's all based on our versus points. So on Monday, I gave the train to, I was going to give the train to Rick. She was not online. So I think Stretch got the train on Monday. Tuesday was, I won it, but I gave it to Chunky. Chunky got the train on Tuesday. Francoeur, I gave it to Rich on Wednesday because he couldn't get it on Monday, so I gave it to Rich and I told him to pick Francoeur as the special guest for Wednesday. Thursday we gave it to I think somebody got it. I don't remember who got it on Thursday, to be honest with you. I don't know if I had the train. I think I was in work meetings all day and I needed to give it to Hulk or somebody on Thursday, so I don't remember. Friday, yesterday was points, and I don't know if we gave it to Endless yesterday. Maybe. I don't think Endless. Endless probably should have got it. Gave it to the Warzone, so we'll give Endless to train tomorrow from Friday's from Friday. Here he's up here anyway, so as long as Endless stays here, we'll give Endless. He was Friday, Saturday, so I'll probably just assign him to train for being up on versus points, just to try to give it to the people that are fighting and trying to get up there for versus points and using their points and helping the team, and giving a way for people to earn the train. So it's not just like, it's a bad strategy to give out rewards for people just because they need it and they don't deserve it. If you're just farming and you're not fighting and you're not trying as hard for the Alliance, you shouldn't amplify it by then giving people those rewards. That's a bad reward system. You should actually be contributing the most to the team, and then you should be rewarding those people for contributing so much to the team. And then remove yourself. Well, like Hulk and myself have to be involved for protection purposes. And I still use it for, different aspects as well, by the way. For myself to try to get things up there and refresh the train a million times to make sure we're getting stuff. But for the most part, you want to give it to the people that have tried out. Like remove yourself, remove me, give the people that actually deserve it within the Alliance that are working their butt off to be top in your Alliance, and then give them the train as a reward for it. And that's how you really should do it. Every Alliance should have some kind of reward system like that, where you give people a path where, like, let's say somebody wants to save and says, you know what, I'm going to save all my versus points and I'm going to push them all one day for 1 week, so that way they can actually do it. And, yeah, comments. A lot of times I've been in Alliances where only R4s get to trains and stuff. I get it. But to be honest with you, like, I just look at it as a way of rewarding the Alliance is much better than just looking at it from a status perspective. It's splitting between the two. You're not just giving it to anybody, those people that deserve it, but you're also making people earn it. So you're showing that you're in an earned system within the alliance, that if you work your butt off in our alliance, we appreciate you and we give you the rewards that we can. Same should be done for the season, by the way. I'm going to say this, and this is incredibly important for any leader out there, if you're listening, or anybody that's in the alliance. Don't let your leaders get away with this, and talk about this before the season starts. Right now, I want you to take this information. I want you to start this conversation before your season starts. Okay? What is the reward system for the rewards that's built in the season? Because I'll tell you what, some of these alliances automatically say, we're going to divvy out the rewards because you're R4. Or you get a capital. I know some of you out there are giving out capital rewards. And you say, oh, because you're in an R4 in our alliance, you're going to get capital rewards. Why? Why? Why should just R4 just automatically get these rewards? Especially in a season. There are tons of people that work their butt off in an alliance, participating and playing, that do a bunch of grimy work that some people don't want to do, that they're doing out there, and they're grinding for you because that's the best way they can participate. And they're doing it. And then you're just going to turn around and not reward it? You're going to turn around and not give those rewards up? No, you need to work out that system ahead of time, and it can't be just on like this seniority thing where, oh, I'm this, so I'm getting. That's like company CEO bullcrap, man. Like, just because you're something, you get the rewards and the little people don't? No way. No way. Work that out right now. Telling you right now, if you're a leader, do not overlook your people. You come up with a system ahead of time. Don't wait either. Don't wait until you find the rewards and then try to skew it in a way to sell it to them that you're giving the rewards out to the better people and you do it. I've been part of this, guys. Don't forget. I've been in R4 in every single alliance I've been in. I've been in an R5 multiple times. I can tell you right now, the one thing you do not do is take people in your alliance for granted if you want to have them be strong and appreciate you and what you do as a leader. You do not overlook people. You do not put yourself in front of them. You treat yourselves equal. That's how you build a strong team, and that's how you stay together. You don't overlook everybody's contributions. I understand if people aren't killing, people aren't showing up for war day, people aren't whatever. When you're in a season, that's pretty damn important, guys. I'm not going to defend you on that. You have to show up. I don't care if you're strong or not. You got to play and do your position. You might not be able to kill as many people, but you need to show that your base is there and you're present and you're in it. You're in the battles and you're down. That's part of this game. It's called Last War. I can't help you there. So you do need to participate. But I'll tell you, those people that participate throughout the season need to make sure you're rewarding all of the efforts that they're putting in that are participating. That's all. I'm just going to get off my soapbox and say that for a minute, okay? But anyway, bring that up with your alliances now. I would want to have that discussion out front. We've really tried to do that, the best we could to split out the boxes. We have multiple. Ramp and myself, either one of us has been R4 leader for every alliance that we've really been in. I know when I formed the alliance on 72, I eventually went to R4. I gave Ramp R5. He took over. Amazing leader, by the way. Ramp, strategic, awesome. Guy is really phenomenal player in what he does in his own right. And one of the best DS generals that I've ever seen, too, by the way. But you got to have those conversations early on. So anyway, that's all. Move on. Abdul send some my way. Gladly will share. So, man, I got you too. Train the song, got mine. Let's see where we are here. Charlie, I'll be ready for my next red gear in November. Should I upgrade radar or armor for front row heroes? Thanks for advice. Charlie, is your your number one damage dealer gun already done red? And then I would say radar, if you're looking just reds, how I would do it, radars first for defense, then I would do chip for damage dealer, main damage dealer, and then come back for the shields. So you end up with 2, 2, and 2 on your damage dealer, and then from there we can have a discussion on how you want to give it to the second damage dealer next, or for their gun. Maybe the third damage dealer, you want to go there. But there's a balance out of there, too, of saying what's worth it of the second damage dealer versus your main damage dealer's radar and shield. So, it's incredibly, you see it for a reason. You see the go out. I do like the second damage dealer to have the red gun. Upping that damage for the whole point of building the defense is so your team could cook behind it. So allowing not only your main damage dealer, but your second damage dealer's damage to be even more behind that strong defensive wall. That's why you're building it to begin with. So I would say go ahead. If you're a hardcore person, if you're hardcore for some reason, man, and you're on that main damage dealer hero in the front row, because I know a lot of people love the strategy, even though I'm telling you it's not worth it. It offers too many variables. Yeah, I would 100% go with that. But I would say your second damage dealer and keep your two core defenders up front. All right, Thomas. I know in Alliance we're only I know. Okay, I'm on day 83 preseason, played 59 them, and I've never been on a train yet. Okay, I gave out my first train to somebody who was visiting our Alliance in the back this week. I gave them their first train ever. That's who was, I think, Wednesday or Thursday. They played the game 600 days or 575 days, they told me they played, and I gave them the train. And they were, just to see how happy they were and thankful for me giving them the train was well worth it. Kind of like when I get thank you and appreciate from you guys on different things on Discord and comments. I love it. It probably felt the same way that she felt me giving her the train. She's never had the train before. So I actually had to coach her on how to refresh the train, how she was going to get refreshes from the team, what she should put in the first compartment, and blah, blah, blah. And you could tell her excitement of being able to refresh the train even. So I was very happy to do that. Shout out to Vanny. I was happy to give that out to you this week. So yeah, Bailey, it's not uncommon. Most people do not get to drive the train. That is just, most people in the game, regardless, don't get to drive it. It's just a common thing. Okay. Bailey, this is going to feel so weird now. Reset time is 1 hour in front. Oh, our clocks are changing? Our clocks are changing? I don't even know. So, funny, I'm in a state in the United States. I just opened my game. That's stupid. I forgot I had it open here. I wanted to see if the clocks were changing. And then I rebooted myself out of the game. Is it this weekend? What is it? Is it? What day? Tell me, second Sunday in March and first Sunday in November. Not yet. So the reason why I have to look it up, and I don't know, even in the United States, to be honest with you, for the last 5 years, I've been in a state that doesn't follow daylight savings time. So we're the same time all the time in Arizona. We don't change our clocks. So I don't even know anymore. I do work. I have to do it for work, obviously, because I work out of the East Coast. But I don't even know. So I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean now reset time is 1 hour in front? I don't know what you're talking about. Tiger. Yo, what's good? What's good, Tiger? Do you do account reviews? I do account reviews. I will help you out. Just go to our Discord. There is a YouTube live channel for account reviews, and I will gladly do help you out and do a review on your account on YouTube live. So find our Discord, find the channel, drop your account in there, and I'll gladly help you out. No problem. No, I mean as a passenger, not as a driver. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, Bailey, there are a ton of people who have never been passengers on trains either. I know that as well. Like, it depends on how your alliance is. That's why I don't want to get into this. Like, different alliances do different things. How they control the trains and what they do. It's their prerogative how they want to drive and let people earn it. But Bailey, you are not alone. That I can tell you. There's plenty of people who are not drivers or on the train. And you know what? I want to take a step back too. By the way, because all of this, I'm telling you is how I look out and what we're doing here. But I want to be fair. You're R4 if you have a good alliance, if you're in a top alliance, all right. There's a reason why you're R4, and you should look up. If you're just an R3 person, an R2 person, and you think, what are you doing? Like maybe you're going out and gathering some information, and you're giving them some intel, and you're doing this and that. For the most part, if you are on an alliance, you can be incredibly selfish and just get your own points and get your own thing, and talk to people here and there. R4s do a crazy amount of work. All right, a crazy amount of work, and I will tell you what. Over time, I have done my share of a crazy amount of work for the team where I've tracked information of whether participation was there. I've gone it with Ramp. We've had side conversations for strategies for the team, for Desert Storm, and for the season, the amount of work that's being done. I can tell you, the relationship driving is absolutely insane. The amount of time you have to delve into talking to people and building those relationships. And by the way, your leader, if your leader's unlikable, if you have an unlikable leader, they can completely screw your entire server over with the way the seasons are right now. Absolutely can happen. Happened to us in 72 when we had season 2. I know firsthand the teams that we went against, they didn't work with us. Where our president was Ranch, and I know a lot of the servers that were there for our season 2 did not work with us. Did not want to team with us and go with us with our faction, and we got ejected at the last minute from the Good Alliance. The reason why we're in the Good Alliance, the Good Alliance didn't want us to be in it. I can tell you that last year we didn't get ejected from the Good Alliance when I was with EYS. You know why we didn't get ejected from the Good Alliance? Because they didn't want to eject us. They wanted us in there. And, there was this shell game of playing. Well, guess what? The team knew how to play that game and how to claim it and go into the right team and make sure that we were in the right alliance anyway, because they didn't want to just kick us out. They wanted to team with us. So there is so much going into these factions of, you have to time it right. You have to go into the factions. There is a like kicking people out, how you do it, but you have to know how to do it. Number one, that's your responsibility as the top team on the server to know how to do that. And know how to play the game, know how to communicate, know how to be in the right faction, have those factions like you and want to help you. That is all your responsibility as R5, R4, for being especially if you're the leader and the president of that server. You have to do it. And so I can tell you that with R4, with the relationships and the building and the strategies that go on for these servers, there's so much work. I'm telling you, there's a lot of work they put in. Don't think they don't, because they do. They do. On our server alone, I will tell you, I've known since I played this game for 2 years now. I know TGO. He is the president of. So I don't even know if we change out. Am I where? I don't even know where I am. Where am I right now? Am I an 80? The heck did I get an 80? Talking to you guys, and then did I plot my? Oh, I'm in it. Okay. No, what's going on here? Okay, so TGO right here. Talk to anybody, works with everybody, has a major relationship with the team, with the season, does so much work putting in for this season, and it's top notch for what they do. So their R4s are putting in a lot of work, and if they aren't, they are. I don't know. I can't speak for all your alliances. I don't know if they're a successful team. Odds are they're putting in a ton of effort and a ton of time. So if you're not an R4, you want to be an R4 at any time or whatever, understand that there is a lot of responsibility that you need to take on for just a silly game that you're playing over here, where you want to pick up and put down because you're out with your wife, or you have babies, or you have children, you have time to be spent. Understand the people that are putting in extra time and extra effort into that R4 job. It doesn't come lightly. Some people you may look and say, why are they an R4? They don't do anything. They're not doing anything for my team. Why? What are they in R4 for? Well, okay, then there you have an argument to kick them out of R4 and say, why? Make that argument. Maybe there's somebody better who should be in there. But in order to have a successful alliance, You have to put in a lot of R4. And a good alliance looks at their R4 and appreciates them too. You'll find a good alliance will look up to their R4 and their R5, and they stay in that alliance, similar to how you may find a job. You may actually have a job that you like in real life. And you may say, you know what? I'd like to get a new job, but I really love my boss, and I love the people I work for. So I probably hang around in this job a little too long. The game is very similar to that, where if you're in an R4 and you like your R4, hang around in that alliance. Don't just leave them because they're putting in a lot of work and a lot of time, and the relationships that they're building are not easy, the conversations that they have. I can tell you my first experience in this game when I was 2 years ago, when I was at IMI, I was put in the recruiter position for IMI. And I spent so many hours having conversations with people, recruiting people, all the way along the server. I mean, I recruited so many people to the point that when I left that alliance, there were so many people that I looked up and down that alliance that was still there, and they were there because I recruited them, and it was so weird. It was like, oh my God, that person. It makes you feel good because you recruit them. And then I just turned into the next alliance, did the next thing, because there was so much time and effort. But the point is, if you have a recruiter, the person you're putting as a recruiter shouldn't just be put there willy-nilly because that's the spot and it's the name of a position. In R4, if you have somebody that's communicating with the other servers and talking and doing something, they should actually be recruiting. That's their job. They should be recruiting for your team. So put the right people in the right positions. You know, like Warlord, okay, should be a pretty damn strong person to be a Warlord in your R4 position. They should get it. Anyway, just think about that and know that I don't want to gyp them out to say, like, R4 needs to give other people rewards in the alliance that are deserving of it. The R4 are deserving through the season. Sometimes, though, I will say, and I've been in plenty of alliances where I've seen it, R3 people out-hustle those R4 people, and they don't get properly rewarded for it. So there's also that's happening. So I'm also just splitting the difference there to say, you all out there know who I'm talking about. If you play this game long enough, you've been part of enough teams, you know what I'm talking about out there. You shouldn't just be giving out words for an R4 because they're R4, but some R4, I love you to death because you give so much to this damn game and it makes it worthwhile to play it because of the effort and energy and stuff you give. And then people on my team, the R4s right now that we have, man, I love this group. Big fan of the group. Awesome. All right, so I'll be ready for my next review. Okay, let's go down. Let me finish the questions here and get up. Give you fair opportunity here. This is good feel. So we're okay. Thomas, what was the power boost you got from going from level 450 to 600 in the combat boost stage? I'm very close to 569. Okay. So, funny you asked that. So when I went to 600, one thing I will tell you, Thomas, I didn't fully appreciate what that boost was because my skill chips were not developed enough. So when I started to lift my chips up, that's all of a sudden I looked at it and I was like, oh my God, I'm getting so much from all these chip boosts. Look how much I'm getting, the power that I'm gaining. Actually, though, it came from 600. So I was only at probably like 6, I think, when I got to 600. I didn't have these chips because I was your classic example player that went from tank to air to missile. So I just finished building and that's why when you look at my chips, you'll see that my air chips are so established here and pushed. Because you can see when I was air for so long, I was able to push my chips out with air way more than I was able to push them out for missile. So when I finally got the combat boost and I shifted and I was working on my missile chips, I didn't fully get that power boost that I saw when I did it. So I was like, man, this power boost, that didn't seem like it was worth it. But I do think, Thomas, I don't know the exact number because everybody's power boost is going to be different when you hit 600 based on how many chips you have developed. Is what it's going to be. So I would love to get feedback on what your power boosts end up being from combat boost, because at the time you do it, it's all about how far you've established those chips. So I can't give you an exact number, but I can tell you that 600's worth it. 750 from what I just heard recently, 750 is not worth it. Not a return on investment worth it. By the way, another thing that I'm not going to do is these heroes, I'm not going to understand the return on investment because I'm not doing the exclusive weapons. I'm not building these out. I'm not going to build them out. I found out what the value was. It's for all the extra exclusive weapons you're building out, it's not worth crap. It's not worth crap. Don't do it. It's a 4,500. King, I had this conversation with King. King used 4,500 exclusive shards and got 300k power. Think about that. That doesn't just blow your mind. And just to put that in perspective, every exclusive weapon from 1 to 20 is worth 1 million. If you get it to 30, it's worth $500,000. From 1 to 30, every exclusive weapon is worth about $1.5 million. That's every single hero. Just to educate out there what we're talking about. And then you say, okay, I'm going to move these up here and get the extra power levels here. And to go 4,500 shards then to equal 300k, think about that return on investment. Not something I'm looking for. Not something I'm probably going to be doing in this game when I start talking about paying versus not paying. So I've already talked about I'm not going to be doing combat. I'm a dolphin out here. I'm not going to be pushing my drone to 750. It's not worth it. When it gets there, it gets there. I'll get it all with you a little at a time. And I'm not going to be pushing my exclusive weapons past level 30 unless I'm already done and the game doesn't give me anything else to do with these exclusive shards and I'm forced to use them in them on their exclusive weapons. Then okay, I'll start doing it. But outside of that, no, I don't. I'd rather build my wall out because I know what my percentages are on my wall, and your wall is way more to build out. It's better to build out for your boosts than it is to do it on exclusive weapons. Because I'm showing you right here the percentages that they're going up that you're able to do for your teams as you're able to push. So yeah, obviously when I'm pushing out my teams, I'm going to just push it on my wall. At least to a certain level. I got a long way to go, but now I'm going to shift. Once I get all my heroes to 30, and I got to build, I'm going to get more heroes coming for a Season 5. The other additional 3 heroes are going to come. I'll push them to 30. And then that's it. I don't know where else are my exclusive. I don't know what the game's going to do for exclusive weapons. And I don't know if it's going to be worth it anymore. So I don't know if I'm going to push. If I already have every single hero I have to exclusive, will that additional hero be worth it? I don't know. Don't know. Don't know nothing about it. Can't talk about it. But I can tell you that I'm not using them right now. So anyway, that's there are limits to me as well, as far as spending, because it doesn't make sense. It's my own money. Nobody else is buying it for me. And you're going to spend it. You're in the same place I am. You're going to spend it smart. I love my lines, though. They are all very nice. Just wish they spoke English, not be amazed. Bailey, you know what, though? Is an advantage of that. When can you say you're in an alliance with a bunch of Vietnamese people that speak Vietnamese? That in itself is pretty cool. You can't just go around life and just find, people that you're all of a sudden going to be friends with that necessarily you're in a Vietnamese circle. So the game gives you that opportunity, right? And a lot of times I've met people that are so nice from other countries. I have the best relationship on this game with currently that are from other countries. Oh my God. I have so many people. And that's why if you notice, when I built this YouTube page and one of the things that was important to me in Ramp, that every single video we do, we translate to 9 different languages. Because everybody we met, we are incredible friends with across the board, whether you're Indonesian, from people that are from Spain and Portugal. We've met people from Europe and Asia. There's just so many people that we've loved in this game that it's more than just English. It's more than just the Americans that we were able to do it. And we appreciate them. We wouldn't have met them any other ways, and we appreciate them so much. Just big on, just having... I don't care where you're from. I don't care who you are. It's all about the makeup of who that individual is. And, and that's why I don't want to see... people in my alliance that racist and all this nonsense. There's so many people judge people for what they do and how they act. You don't judge people for, who they are, where they came from, or their color. What are you talking about? Doesn't make any sense. They're just human beings. You're either good or you're not. So that's how I do it, and that's why it's important for me to translate into those different languages. So I agree with you. It's awesome. They work hard. You love your alliance. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. Good for you, Bailey. Good. Important to find a good alliance and make sure it's a top alliance, by the way. My alliance literally runs a server when we lost our Warzone Duel because of lack of numbers. We went our R4s to the R5 of the top 5 alliances to unify them, and then they came back. Good. I mean, unification, and I know so many people that, again, back to the R4 conversation, we were talking about all the work that they do with R4s and R5s, especially in these early servers. Man, you put so much effort in. Appreciate it. Appreciate all of you for doing it too, because I had to do it. And you want to merge. And let me tell you, anybody that's merged an alliance in this game knows, oh my God, it did a lot of work. So much work to merge an alliance. It's like you have to get everybody to buy in, and then you're dealing with the culture shock of like, people come in that people don't know and they don't like how things are going, and there's a bickering and fighting, and you have to, you care for your original members and you got to care for the new people too. And it's so difficult to merge two alliances. It's really, and the more people you're doing it with, the harder it is. And the multiple alliances, it makes it even harder. It's crazy, but it's so much fun too. Like, it's just fun. I mean, listen, drama's going to come out of it, and you're going to have stories, and you'll be in R4 chat and you'll be like, oh my God, they're fighting again. Like, it is what it is. Like, but it's a blast to build it. So, good move, Bailey. Merge them up. Comments. I'll keep you posted for sure. Brandon, I am in 115.0A. Thank you, Tiger, by the way. Appreciate you. Hope to see you on Discord. Brandon, we just hit 300 on Discord, by the way. 2 months. We just built out our WWC community. 300 people. We are building this thing slow, and I love it. Phenomenal. Same with our YouTube. We hit, I think we got over 1,900 subscriptions. You all are just awesome. 1703. Feeling. I know. I agree. They are very nice people, and they invited me to have drinks with. I know, right? I've had that a ton. Like, when are you coming here and stuff like that. Yeah, it's so awesome to play with those people. I don't have T10s yet. Close, but from what I watched, I should push units in hero instead. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. Brandon. Okay, Brandon, let's chat. T10s, you are not. T10s are not your everything. I just made a video. Please watch it. It's for your tech level 3. But when you're building out, T10s are not. T10, what? First of all, we say T10s like it's a mystery god. T10s, same with T11. Like, what is it? What does it mean? T10s are 1 million per squad bonus. Okay? So, it's not everything, Brandon. It's not going to be the world, and it's really where you are in a spend level. If you're free to play and you don't build out your T10s, it's okay. Build everything else out, and you will be on a level playing field. As a matter of fact, you will be better than those that are chasing T10s and stopping everything just to do it. What I recommend is, yes, do your hero and units. And when I say do your hero and units, you're not going to be able to complete hero and units. You're going to split your time. Split your time between hero and units for non-valor. And then move in to use your valor on Alliance Duel first, because it's incredibly important to what I just went over the boxes, to get your 7, 8, 9 for versus and to help your team to stay in a first alliance. And then do your special forces little at a time. Use your valor on your special forces and those things that I point out here, your advanced protection, and your morale. Complete those before you complete T10s. T10s are not the goal of this game. There is no guide telling you that. The only thing that's telling you that are people that are giving you bad advice. And anybody that's gone through it and gone through the amount of gold that it takes to get there and what you have to sacrifice to get those T10s, it is not worth taking that path. Unless you're a payer. You cannot get advice from somebody who just spends a bunch of money to get T10s and say, yeah, this is the path to go. Because they're able to make up things. They're buying their drone. They're paying for speed ups. They're paying for, resources. They're paying for things that you can't do. So if you're not spending, then don't cut corners and just run for T10s. They're not everything in this game. They're not the god goal. So please don't do them. Like, just don't rush there and sacrifice your entire build and trip over yourself to just get T10s. Because once you get there and get them, you're going to look at yourself and go, now what? And you're going to look around and you're going to see a completely underdeveloped base with a complete weak team. But guess what? You got T10s, Brandon. So what else matters, right? No. Build smart. Build smart, man. Build your base out. Don't rush. I just said we're going to be playing this game for 10 years. What's the rush? Why are we rushing to do anything in this game? Never mind T10s. There's no rush needed. Build out smart. Build out patiently. You will have a much better base. And you will be able to be a headquarters 27, 28, Brandon, killing the heck out of headquarters 30. Everybody with headquarters 30, if they're free to play and they rushed, I guarantee you will beat them. You will beat them. If they're free to play and they rushed, you will beat T10s all the time by just building out the other aspects of your base and building out your centers and your wall and your gear and your other places that you have the actual coin and the gold to spend on your resources by building your hero tech and your units. You're busy building that out, getting tech percentages up. You're going to destroy them. So don't do it. If they're not spending, oftentimes we compare ourselves to whale accounts even when we start out, or somebody that's spending. And you know the big mistake is somebody tells you they're not spending and they are. That's the big to do. I can tell you right now. There are so many people you play with that pretend they're not spending. I don't know if I could be any clearer on that. And I don't know I can say anything more truthful. That there are people that are uncomfortable with the amount that they're spending and they're not telling you the truth. I know it's hard to believe because you know this person for, 35 days or 40 days that person would lie to you. But, they're lying. Oh, they're lying to you. You all of a sudden see it, and as you go forward in this game, you're going to see how they're all of a sudden ramp up in total hero power, or they ramp up and go past everybody, and they're like, oh, I'm doing it, it's free to play, I'm just on all the time. Yeah, you know the truth real quick. Oh, no, I only spent $5. I only did Kim and the extra builder. That's all I did. Yeah, okay. Okay, keep telling yourself that. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. I'm not here. I wouldn't be there in the Alliance to call him a liar. I just think you need to just watch your own base and worry about yourself, and that would be the best thing I would do. Watch your own base and worry about yourself, and don't go by what other people's bases look like or they're doing. Because odds are you have no clue how much money they truly put into it, and you don't know how they got to where they are. So that would be my advice for you, man. Take it for what it's worth. It's one man's opinion. I always say that. Just one man's opinion. All right, so how do I join the Discord? All right, for anybody who wants to join the Discord, I will gladly show you. You can find it on our YouTube page. Go right on our main YouTube page. Right here, people. And you will see our Discord is listed right at the top. So this is the videos. You come in. I think that's where our main YouTube page is. View our channel. Yeah, if I view our channel, this is where it is. And the Discord's listed right here. So pop in, join it. We have tons of spots in there for Discord, for our community that we're celebrating. By the way, you can see over here to walk you through. We have our general chat that we do for everybody. We talk about gear. We have shopping conversations, how to build our tech center conversations, just general strategy questions. We have people selling accounts for anybody that wants to buy. There's people putting them out here. 3v3 arena, battle reports. I do account reviews on YouTube. We have season-related information here for every season, decorations, and all things drone. We just completed. So, yeah, by all means, I welcome everybody out. It continues to come up and build. So please come on out there and join us. Love to have you. All right, come over here. All right. Comments, keep going for sure. I'm 15:08, getting smashed by the wheel. Did I get all? I hope I didn't skip. I'm sorry if I skip people, guys. For me, I logged on at 4:30 in the morning today, so I'm a little behind and probably need more coffee. But I do love chatting with you guys. I love my alliance though. Okay, let me get all your questions here. Larry runs the server. Okay, yeah. 15:08, getting smashed by whales. I just love Brandon. Awesome that you're here. You're getting smashed by whales. T10s aren't going to help you not get smashed by whales. Let me just tell you that much. So, you know what I mean? It is what it is, bro. It getting smashed by whales. Here's what I tell you. Hey, Brandon, you want to know what's better than T10s? You're getting smashed by whales. If you're getting smashed by whales, then you need to join the whales. That is the better strategy. Go join them. Go join them, Brandon, because of just the Alliance gifts. I haven't come in here. And already, like the last time I checked in here, we got these. 19 coming in, and already had 2 people buy things. We got these coming in. Brandon, that could be you. Go get the whales. Go have them benefit you instead of destroy you. And guys, don't badmouth people out there in chat. It's not going to do you any good. Like getting out there and jumping on the board and badmouthing people and talking smack, and it's not going to help you. Like, it's going to put you in a bad spot the longer you play this game in that server, that you're not going to be able to go in one of those alliances, and that's where you really should be. It's just harder to play the game if you're not. So why are you, you know what I mean? Like, what good is it going to get you to just, like badmouth somebody? It just doesn't make any sense. It's just not smart in real life to be that way, and don't be the keyboard tough guy. Like, why would you? It's just silly. The game is about having fun so much. Once you paint yourself into that corner as that keyboard warrior, now you got to keep that personality for the whole game. Maybe that's who you want to be. Maybe that's who you are in life. Maybe you're like, yeah, I'm going to be a keyboard warrior. I'm not going to take smack from nobody. Isn't it better to just have fun and like tell jokes on World Chat and like, I don't know, just have fun with the game and play with everybody than be a keyboard warrior? I don't know. It's just, that would be what I would suggest. But let's see. No, I agree. You don't have T10 jet, but you're close. Watch. I should push units in hero. Yep, you got it, bro. Gave you that. You got the Discord. Top Alliance. Oh, you're in the Top Alliance, Brandon. Then what are you getting hit by whales for? You've been through 2 mergers. Shakes the cord till the talkers come out and warm the chat. Yeah, exactly. Yep. It is. It does get very silent. You got to figure that out. But I'm happy. Yeah, you guys all know merges are phenomenal and they're fun. Your videos are very helpful, even though I'm a small free-to-play player. Thank you, Tiger. Appreciate you. They try to be. My videos are not meant for just, whales and spender. Even though I might be a dolphin, my whole point of the account is to help everybody out. So I'm trying to talk to free-to-play and low spender and spenders as well to just try to give you the best advice I know from the heights of the game that I've been at through 4 alliances and all the experiences. So hopefully it's helpful. I appreciate you, man. Brandon, my units, 83, and Hero 52, 910, 910, 710 for T10 chase. Yeah, I don't know, Brandon, I just don't chase. You're not going to get a big high five, man. Like, when you get them, I'm telling you, you're going to look around and be like, now what? So, I'm just saying, those other things that are in there, watch the video. I would just highly recommend that you slow down and not spend all that gold. It's probably costing you money. Difficult. Officially the 3 Bailey, thank you for joining. 301st. Yeah, we made 300 today. Thank you. Good to have you aboard. Vader, purple chips. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about those purple chips. Okay, so I'm gonna see something Vader sent me. We'll chat about in here. Oh my god, I have like so many chats. Okay, where is Vader? I gotta find Vader through all my chats that I need to catch up with. Here's Vader. Okay, Vader, where was your purple chip? Oh yeah, right here. This person had purple chips, right? And they were building these out. I'm actually gonna try this strategy too for you all, because they're building out their purple chips. And I agree with Vader. I don't know that the best strategy to use them in battle, because gold chips are better. But if you look down here, you ascend the stars for this chip, and it can provide 880,000 experience as drone combat boost upgrade material. So you're getting extra drone boost material by doing it. So I actually think this isn't a bad strategy to build out these purples, to have them. I don't think I'd be using them in battle. But to build them out, probably not a bad strategy. I'm going to try to see what happens when I start building these out and see if it makes a difference for like combat boost to help you guys out. So, you can know for it. So I'm going to give it a try. Hey, Vader, I would try it. I would try it to get that extra boost material. Why not? Might be worth it. It's a decent. It's worth trying anyway. We get enough purple chips that we can easily try it. So, yeah, I think it's good. But anyway, that's what we were talking about from from Vader looking at this. Also, Vader, what'd you think about the Desert Brawl? You sent the thing. We got our groupings for our Desert Brawl for the first one that we're going to be in. I'm very excited. So FXX says we're in Group 2 right here, and it looks like we are going to be facing this group BMW that is in, they were, what, 121. So we're in against a group from 121. We are going to be facing a group from SAP, who is in 109. And then you're also going to see us face, let's see, this group, WNWS, which looks to be group 89. I see group 2 here, KKCT. Looks like 116. EO9 is group 2, which is 128. Who else we got? Oreo is 81. Group 2, LNM. LNM, which is 81. KNF, 76. Group 2 here, UNI and an X is 109 and 112. So I think how these detail all these group 2s, I think that's how they're going to group them as the group. What group are you in? Was it FS4 group 4? Or you're group 3? Yeah. So I think they're just grouping all of us together in the same like grouping, and then they divide us by 4 based on power. I mean, you know, they divide it evenly and friendly, right? All the power. So, yeah. Anyway, I think that's how that's working. So yeah, that's gonna be fun too. Desert Brawl. Desert Brawl coming to you next week. I think is our first week to start that. So if you're wondering when we're going on that is when that's starting. Okay. Okay. Brandon, let's see where we. Bailey, it's currently 3:50 a.m. in Australia. Bailey joining us early a.m.s. Love it. Love to have you. Love to have you. Usually I don't do the midday except for the wars and stuff. So, but I'm thinking about probably like change it around and do some more streams like during the day, maybe on the weekends more, or even maybe in my afternoon for me because it allows different people to join at different times. So I'll probably be doing it around. Again, I'm sorry for those that tried to join last night. I wasn't feeling well for Kill Event, so I did not join. So I'm spending a little extra time today because I did miss last night for you. But I hope to see you all on Discord anyway, and then I can see you whenever. Fentus, speeded like crazy for the first 3 months. After that, been low spender, and I'm telling you all, it's as fun, even more fun than before. Game is more fun than just whaling. Exactly, Fen. You're going to be playing 10 years. You're going to be playing this game for 10 years. You can't whale forever. You just get to a comfortable spot and just stop and just roll. So I love it, man. I love it. Hey, yeah, join our Discord. I love to keep talking about your build outs and how you're doing in your early server. Love that stuff. Hey Padley, good having you in. Do you find it's hard to deal with 4+1 Murphy aircraft as missile main? No. So truth be told, again, when I was going through season 4, I wasn't spending and building my base out at all because I was just reserving anything, so I never got stronger. So the people that could beat me. But the 4+1 Murphy, I will tell you, without the card, Murphy and Air is incredibly strong anyway. We were just talking about the tactic cards, actually. We were building them out. One thing somebody brought up in the community when you're building out these battle tactic cards, you have the 4+1 that everybody points to. But somebody else shared this with me as well on Discord. We were having a conversation, and don't forget the mixed formation card. The mixed formation tactic card. Because this is building out 3% for for everything for your squad. So as you build this out, this 4+1 is giving you a 5% advantage. But you can't advance this card. This card is just 1. You can't push it. So this formation card, mixed formation, is 3%, and you can push it. You can push it up. So yeah, I don't know. Like I would look at that from a mixed formation versus the 4+1 card to begin with. As far as advancing them and what's different, I will tell you that Murphy, Murphy. I will have my air video coming out soon, and Murphy with air with T10s testing was incredibly powerful without the 4+1 card. So you can just imagine if you add the 4+1 card, what that does for that. But even so, if you're mixing it with, if you're doing tank and you're trying to mix a 4+1 card in there, Adam was a big one for tank that I saw people using. I haven't tested myself, but Adam with tank was a big one. And then I've tested this myself. It's been phenomenal. You can see I'm using it right now. And it's been killer. It's been awesome. And that was Marshall with Missile. Marshall with Missile was great. I actually had somebody on, I hit last night. Oh, God, me trying to go through all these battle reports to get last night. That's probably not happening. It'll take me forever considering how many hits I did today. But I hit somebody last night with the Missile, and I think I cleared their first 2 teams or something. And it was, they came back to me and were like, hey, great squad. So I would highly recommend Missile with Marshall as well. So anyway, they will really be on these streams considering it's in the middle of the night where I am solo. Sorry. Yeah, Bailey, during the day, I'll try to do them. Like I said, I'll try to do them during the day. Either way, I'll see you on Discord. Hit me up for opinions. But with that, guys, I am going to close out today. It's been incredibly fun. Thank you for joining us. I will be on again tomorrow night for our for the Sunday night build out, getting ready for day 1 of Versus. So I will talk to you then. Until then, have a great day. Talk soon. QB18 out.